Gamers and gentle gamers, welcome to Coriander Society Adventures, and also welcome to D20 Deathmatch! Excellent. You know what? We got what we paid for.
Impressive.
The bits will be in the mail. It's super awesome to have everybody with us today. I am Tormented by Gnomes. I will be your game master as we journey into this world of chaos and conflict. I run Casters and Castles. We're a channel that mostly focuses on bringing esports folks to playing D&D and other RPGs, but our repertoire is wide. I am joined today by the cast of Coriander Society Adventures and by our special guest star. I'll go ahead and let each of you introduce yourselves, starting with Mudcat.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Mudcat, co-creator and co-DM of D20 Deathmatch. We do PvP and let people murder each other for fun, for sport, even. So that's our thing. If you like that, you can follow us on Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. But other than that, that's me. Next.
I need to add a command to the chat.
Is this the right way? Am I motioning the right way?
Matt's over there.
No.
He's over there, and I'm above you. Matt's that way. Yeah, and Pods.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay, that's
that
Pods.
like
And
that,
then
I
Matt's
think.
up in the corner.
Yep. Okay.
All right, excellent. Yeah.
Now I know where everyone's at.
Yeah, put the stream
Oh, no,
on
I'm
your other
separate.
monitor, and you'll see everything like delayed 3 seconds, so it'll completely mess you up. Matt,
Right.
Hi,
John Carmichael, introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Who are you? Where can people find you?
Ninja Man Matt, mostly Casters and Castles since I help out doing admin stuff, co-creator of Anakra, which is not taking place today, and been playing John Carmichael for over a decade, and I've been enjoying pulling Coriander Society with Gnomes' help to share with all of you. Other than that, I'm on Twitter. You can find me, Ninja Man Matt 1, but, mostly just silly there. So come here.
Perfect. Yes, good. Shill, Matt, shill. Last but not least, Pods.
Hello, I am Pods of War. I play Asena in Coriander Society. I also used to be a streamer. Don't do so much of that anymore. I am a gaming host as well as a CEO for Phoenix Down, which is a talent agency for creators. So that's been taking up most of my time, but I still find time to play D&D every week.
Right here, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific on Coriander Society. This is our genre-bending, dimension-hopping 5th edition adventure. It has the adventures of John Carmichael and Asena, who are from two different worlds, who have met in another universe. They've been traveling together, getting into adventures, fighting evil, going to parties, and slowly uncovering an apocalyptic multi-dimensional threat that they hope they can stop with a little bit of help from their friends. In their last adventure, they were tracking down one of their most nefarious nemeses, Ralzamon, Master of the Unknown, who turned out to be a figure from Asena's past long ago. Just when he was on the verge of defeat, a gateway ripped open behind Ralzamon's psychic shade. A hand reached through, said, "I still have need of you," and dragged him into the void. Refusing to let their enemy escape their grasp once more, John Carmichael and Asena leapt after him into a tumultuous conduit that led beyond the astral plane itself, beyond this dimension, beyond the multiverse. And we're going to pick up with them where they left off momentarily. But first off, if you're new here, there's a lot of ways that chat is basically the fifth person at the table at our games. There's a lot of ways that they mess with us. We've got our channel point rewards, which are completely free to use, that you can spend over here on Casters and Castles. You can give people heals, inspiration, disadvantage, even a short rest for a gigantic pile of points. We also have stream loots enabled. You can purchase stream loots cards to support the channel. There's a generic 5th edition deck that has all sorts of boosts and banes in it. We also have a Coriander Society deck, which we added 4 special edition D20 Deathmatch cards: the Arbiter, the Grandmaster, Doug the Pug, and the Box of Chaos. So if you see stuff popping up during the stream, that's what it's all about. It tends to make planning things really difficult to do, but we like it that way. There we go.
The game's far more interesting.
And
Hey, chat saved our butt last time.
That's the thing. Chat always
Of course, it was chat that got us in hot water in the
I was going to say, they pour gasoline on the fire, and then they give you baking soda to put it out. They just like watching things explode. All right. Does anybody on my cast have any questions before we get into Fate of the Faithful, our crossover event?
Yeah, what does Doug the Pug do? I saw the card, it looked awesome, but there was no descriptive text, and I'm just wondering what to expect when we see it eventually drop into chat.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, understandable. Have a nice day.
I just want to make a note that like I love the fact that we are stepping into something that we have no idea what's happening. So
this is the first world we're visiting where John Carmichael has never gone. I think this is the first time you're going to a completely alien world.
Yep, and I'm going there with 11 hit points. I feel great.
Oh yeah, you're already dead. You just don't even know it yet.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be the shortest crossover event of all time.
John's gonna fall 12 feet and just die.
Is there anything else before we get this party started?
no.
I was gonna ask how you are, but I don't really care. Let's just move on.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Agreed.
That's fair, as well it should be. Okay. As John, Asena, and the wizened old Lawrence Booker Green, another visitor from another universe, leap into the hole that has been torn apart by an unknown hand and a sinister voice, it is unlike any astral conduit you've stepped into before. Asena, her powers resonating with the astral sea and with the multiverse, has the ability to manipulate portals and manipulate astral conduits, breaking out of them instead of traveling to their intended destination and instead entering the astral plane. But this is going through the astral and beyond it. Beyond time and space, an impossible, paradoxical, infinite distance. You feel yourselves being hurled head over heel. If you want to put that Doctor Strange scene where he gets knocked out of his own body and it's just, that's about right for what's going on right now. Barring any input or interruptions on your part, you emerge violently, more disoriented than you've, not like you lose your 11 hit points and die violently, Matt, just, the normal kind of violently.
I was gonna say I'm almost out, but I've still got some tricks. You're not gonna get me quite yet. You emerge after this disorienting journey and you fall onto a hard surface, a hard, dusty, yet somehow smooth underneath surface. Lights and colors are dancing in your brain, making it difficult to see anything. Could I get the two of you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please? Ooh. Wow.
A 20 and an 18. Okay, you recover pretty quickly. All things considered, you're both planar veterans. You've seen this sort of thing. Maybe not this exact thing before, but it's going to take more than that to mess you up. You find yourselves here. Standing on a bridge high above a city. But the city also goes above you. It's hanging by enormous chains that go up to some impossible distance, each chain reaching down to another level, holding towers and causeways and markets and neighborhoods that are connected by these bridges. Some of them vast causeways of stone, others held up by chains and planks. There's also floating platforms. Great golden towers hang from the tops, and like stalactites, ramshackle hovels cling to the bottoms of this huge hanging city. John, upon arrival, you caught your second wind. You're feeling a little bit better, or at least you're steeling yourself because you have no idea what you just walked into, and you recover 4d4 plus 4 hit points.
You kindly, very much. I know who did that. Wow. Okay.
All right. 19 hit points. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Okay. What do the two of you do upon arrival?
Do we get the sense what the general... Okay, entirely new world. John wants to get a sense of things. What is the overall aesthetic of this place? Are we talking is it industrial but with fantasy still? Is this a completely alternate modern world. I know that there's some fantastical stuff going on here, but do we look out of place at the moment? John would like us to look less out of place.
Okay. Roll perception. Each of you can roll perception or insight, your check, to get the vibe of the area.
Also, did Lawrence lose their shoes when they were traveling through the astral?
It looks like he did. It looks like he lost his shoes.
When you get hit by a bus, like his shoes just got knocked off as he went through the portal.
His shoes stayed on the ground and he went through.
Went through.
Back in the portal, the chamber of crystal and bubbling tar where you fought Ralzamon and thought you had him, there's just a pair of shoes sitting there.
Oh, wow.
All right. A 13 for Asena's perception check.
Do I use investigation for that?
I'll let you use investigation. You're a gumshoe. That would apply here.
Cool.
A 29. Okay. Immediate read. Fantasy, medieval, maybe Renaissance, some Renaissance going on there, and the odd occasional anachronistic touch of Victorian.
Interesting.
Where are we? And where's Ralzamon?
Yeah, also, don't see him anywhere, right?
You don't see Ralzamon anywhere, but
we followed him almost immediately, right?
Yes, you did. Weird. You'd think he would have been right behind him or the mysterious hand that pulled him through.
Yeah, he couldn't have traveled much faster than me, right?
You were pretty fast. Up ahead, in the market square, you hear a tumult. You hear yelling. You hear things breaking.
Ooh. I'm running.
Okay.
Wait. Before Asena goes off, as this is happening, mate, did we pop out of a portal like in the middle of this bridge? Did we slip out of somewhere? Do people see that we just kind of appeared out of nowhere?
You haven't been noticed yet because of whatever's going on in the market circle up ahead. And it's not like you popped out of a portal. It's more like there was a seam in the air. And after you popped through it, it sealed back up. It was on this side, it was very quick and almost invisible. It's just suddenly you're here.
Okay, John is going to go ahead and, in order to make sure that we have a sense of being able to pass through here, he doesn't have everything loaded up yet, so he's going to stay very close to Asena, and he's going to cast Minor Illusion in order to make it look like he's going to be this doesn't normally take concentration. John is going to be concentrating very hard in order to ensure that the illusion, as they keep moving, is able to keep up with them, and he's going to try to at least mimic some of the clothing and aesthetic of this place so they don't stand out until they can go somewhere to get new clothing.
Okay. Disguise mode activated. Asena, you're rushing forward. Lawrence is still somewhat catching his breath after whatever that planar transit was. Asena, as you rush forward, there are civilians watching in this beautiful market circle. There are intricate designs carved on the ground, marble, maybe it's not gold, but like copper and bronze metalwork, geometric patterns. But there's a group of people wearing unfamiliar garb. Mudcat, is there like a uniform of the Grandmaster? Is there some sort of insignia that one would wear if one were in the Grandmaster's service?
Not necessarily an insignia, but they wear gold-plated armor, very like heavy and pristine, but with touches of gems and colors that are kind of a bluish green, turquoise, that are kind of adorned throughout this armor. Sometimes with like black chest plates or different touches to them, but always kind of this gold and blue and green.
Okay. Scattered around the chamber are hulking individuals. Their skin a faint purplish grayish tint. Their bodies completely hairless, their heads lumpy, their ears pointed. They are turning over market stalls. They wear this gold, green with green and blue highlights and black occasionally plates armor, but they only wear bits and pieces of it as they're knocking things over and growling incoherently. As you approach, John, Kontaka pulses.
Oh no.
At your side. Here's another
John
thing.
Instinctively puts a hand down to his revolver and just mentally requests, not commands, that Karantaka remain on alert, but don't do anything. Let's assess where we are before we make any enemies.
You're getting traces of Fey presence, but it's very strange. It's not quite, I don't know, it's like an offshoot. You're also detecting a lingering fiendish presence.
Is Karantaka should be able to give me a heads up as to where that's coming from, right? With
Yes.
their senses.
It's coming from this figure.
And only that figure?
Only that the Fey echoes are coming from these ones. The
Gotcha.
fiendish is only coming from this one. John, this person, and Asena, you're the first on the scene. As you run forward, the air of this place is incredibly refreshing. Heal yourself for 8d4 plus 8 hit points.
Whoa.
That's some good
What?
air.
Heck
It's
yes.
It was a Streamless card. Go with it.
Oh.
Some really good air. Like,
Oh, I didn't know I walked by an oxygen bar. That was amazing.
They have
Definitely
those.
worth $14.99. I'm super excited about this.
just like Vegas.
Yeah, the one time I did that, like, I don't know, there was something weird about sitting there with the thing in my nose, and I know they replaced it or sanitized it or something, but it was, I don't know.
You got to get the one where they give you the massage gun as well. You know, it's,
There was one that
That's
they had like
worth
they put you in the aqua sarcophagus with the water just like plus the
sounds
oxygen.
fantastic.
I'm
That's the
sorry.
final
I'm sorry.
treat.
The aqua sarcophagus.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a water massager, but
Yeah.
you don't get wet. Like they put you in this thing, and there's like a bag or something around you, and the water just wubs against you without actually touching you.
We go to very different parts of Vegas.
Well, speaking of stuff, Asena, as you walk forward, these strong-looking, vaguely fey-looking figures are knocking stuff over, but their leader is wearing power armor. High-tech power armor. He's wielding 2 axes that glow with red energy. Technological devices, power axes of some kind. John, you've seen this guy.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. I'm trying to think about. He's from Lacunas, right?
He's from Lacunas, yeah.
He's one of Tiamat's agents.
Elite hit squad, yeah.
See, here's the thing. Matt doesn't remember his name. John absolutely would remember who this was.
Hatham. I'll spell it. It's
There we
there's
go.
like very few vowels in it.
Were they added to the quest journal or one of our?
I'll see to that in a moment, but before
Okay.
before I do that, across the way, I'm not going to put all the civilians on the map. That's just going to take too long. Across the way, as scared onlookers observe the Grandmaster's troops knocking things over and interrogating shopkeepers, Lyrus, where do we find you? Not that our heroes find you immediately, but where would they find you?
He would probably be rushing in with a number of other fighters to engage these forces. Probably somewhere around here towards the south. If there's commotion going on, he's going to be probably running into the fray at some point, wielding 2 giant black swords that look almost like a void in space, like just completely devoid of light, like they're sucking in all the light around them.
You know, I was
Lots of
worried how
black
we were going to
swords.
pull this off. But yeah, remember when I said you didn't notice? You may not notice him. You notice
Yeah.
him. I'm going to have to pull some like troops out here to back you up in a moment.
I was accompanied by 50 or 60 men, if you want to go and put those on the map.
I'll get right on that. You role play amongst yourselves while I whip, 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 whip.
I had a small band of thieves with me.
So yeah,
I mean,
across
just
the way,
for-
describe what Lyrus looks
Yep.
like as he's
So as
charging
I-
forward.
As he runs in, you notice he's 7-8 feet tall, just this hulking werebear, just white fur, just looks like a humanoid bear as he rushes out, just a menacing figure in huge gray and black plate armor with a lot of furs underneath. On top of his fur, it seems redundant, but it's not. Trust me, it gets cold places. So he's got this giant fur, and he's the 2 swords. Like I said, pulling all the light around them and kind of pulsate with this dark gloom type energy, this void type energy. And as he runs in and starts to engage with different people who are causing trouble here, as he slices in, if you notice, he slices into one of them, cutting into him, and that void sword actually creates a rift, a singularity at the center of that individual, and he just gets sucked inside of it as Lyrus keeps running forward and just kicking people along with some of his other compatriots and just trying to stop all of this going on. You hear him from across the way, move into position over there.
Yeah, you guys are gonna fit right in here.
Mate, how far away is the black hole there from John and Asena, by the way?
We're gonna go ahead and put him, say, like here. And because all these guys have stats and such, we're gonna say there were more of them, and several of them just got cutscened to death. Just instantly cutscene owned. So you'll notice each square on this map is only 2.5 because I wanted to have your tokens be a little bit bigger. Whatever the map says is correct. Hatham, the blood berserker of Tiamat with his power axes, his glowing, humming power axes, but his power armor is this gold trim with a black breastplate in the middle with green and blue, like RGB gamer style highlights around the edges to make him match everybody else. So Asena, you were the first on the scene. You see this werebear charging in at these guys who are just beating up shopkeepers and interrogating them. What do you do? And then I'm going to ask John what you do.
I'm gonna run right into this group right here.
Yeah, I kind of thought that might be the case.
I'm not trying to blend in with them, but I'm trying to be like, what are you guys doing? And where's Ralzamon? Have you seen Ralzamon?
As the werebear slices another one of these hulking enforcers into the negative zone, every single gold-wearing person on the battlefield turns and looks at Asena. Instantly. You now have 100% of their attention.
Hey, I don't know if you should be doing that, but I just got here, so maybe. I don't know if you can help me because you look like you have some like lacunas type stuff, but do you know where Ralzamon is?
And Hotham looks at you, pauses for a moment. Roll an insight check for me, please, Asena.
While this is happening, can I just say that John was reaching up to his communication device with Asena, having tried to get her attention the entire way over to open up a mental link so they could talk this over before just jumping into this mess, and just lowers his hand as he sees this happening and preparing to respond to whatever Asena's about to get them involved in.
All right. Asena, did I get that insight check? 11. Yeah, he just hesitates for a moment. And John, I'm going to give you one shot at doing anything aside from just being exasperated before I resolve Hatham's next action.
So just to be clear, I know who this is, and he would know who John is. So John very quickly modifies before he hits the scene his disguise. By the way, completely ignoring Asena. Whatever it was that she was blending in, it just completely just goes away. And she looks like normal, whatever Asena was looking. I don't remember if Asena was in her suit or in her survival getup.
She left the suit at home.
Zofia.
She left the suit
that's
at home.
right. So yeah, I mean, a survivalist Asena is here, and not whatever briefly she was for all of 6 seconds before just rushing onto the scene. And then yeah, John's gonna go ahead and modify his getup, where just like you see before you here, he's gonna look like a traveler, just completely abandoning trying to blend in, and his coat just completely moves in and sucks away. You can see it turns into a leather coat that clings to his body. He has his still really nice vest, but it turns into a leather vest. He has this very biker motif going on where everything that was once very well cut and refined fabrics and fibers that covered his body. Instead, he's covered in a lot of leathers, and not like tanned leather like an adventurer that he's normally used to coming from the fantasy realms. This is like modern style biker leathers, and even his gun has taken on a different look. not the bronze revolver that it normally is, but it looks more like some weird kind of Magitech flintlock kind of pistol. And he is scuffing up his hair and making himself look ever so slightly different. Just enough like John to where Sana will easily recognize him, but not enough to where it would look like I'm John, Mother effing Carmichael, and I destroyed your entire way of life before I saw you last time. So,
Okay.
that's what John does.
All right. John takes a moment to disguise himself. Asena, as you ask about Ralzamon, they hesitate for a moment, and they all attack you.
What?
Everybody
Why?
roll for initiative. Great question. A mystery to be resolved. Everyone roll for initiative. Remember to click on your token before you roll so it'll automatically add you to the order.
Great question.
And if you don't, that's fine. I'll take care of it.
I don't know if I messed that up. Sorry.
All good. Happens literally every time. Did I say I was going to start giving disadvantage for it? I said I threatened something to my regular
You
cast.
threatened something, and then you immediately took it back because you started messing up with.
Yeah,
one
that's true. That's true.
thing.
That sounds like
Nice.
me. Don't worry about the initiative things that you see right now. Don't worry about it.
No, I won't. I won't take that.
Okay,
into
we got
account.
Asena. We got Hotham. We need Lyrus on 8. And then we need our boy Lawrence Booker Green, who's still in the back catching his breath. But he is in the initiative order. Okay. As chaos breaks out throughout the entire city square, John, you see Hotham raise both of his battle axes to strike. And you see all of the unknown creatures around him also raising their morning stars to just attempt to beat Asena to death.
But I'm sorry, I rolled a 2 and I got initiative.
Shut up, Matt. Shut up.
Okay.
Quick aside. When Mudcat and I were preparing this, he was like, what level should I be? Like, I have at this level, but I can tone him down to match. I was like, no, don't do that. He's like, all right, I have all this gear, all these items. They're kind of over the top. I'm going to go back to basic gear. I was like, no, don't do that either. Just trust me on this.
And then I went the opposite way and just added every magical item on my character.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
nice.
Like I said, you'll fit right in. All right. It's going to be John, followed by Hotham, followed by everybody who's not Asena. I apologize. You walked up trying to be friendly, and then they all just like caught you off guard.
And just to clarify, this technically is a 5-foot square, right? What we're taking up right now?
Correct. That's a 5-foot
Good.
square.
Great. Just want to make sure I know how the playing field looks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool. I actually really like that, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
To me, it gives a lot more sense in terms of like how a character actually takes up a 5-foot square. Like you're not just squat and just filling it up like a cube.
Before you go, Hotham's drugs, the battle drugs that he's constantly on, give him advantage on initiative checks.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
So he will, in fact, be going
of
first with the natural
Well, there
20.
you go.
So as you're like, I need to do this, that, and the other thing, Hotham just activates all of the battle drugs that start coursing through him, and underneath his helmet, you can still hear him. And
John,
he-
having seen that was coming, kind of like literally was just hanging back, like I'm gonna wait and see what he does. I don't want to. Where does he fall in this conflict?
Yep. Now, we have a couple of things on the field. First off, your enemies are carrying heavy firepower. They came heavily armed for this mission, thanks to chat.
Hope they weren't already.
A random combatant has weapon trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 people in the initiative order. I'm going to roll 1d8.
Okay.
Whoever's in count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The individuals over here, who we'll talk about in a moment, are the ones who will be afflicted by weapon trouble.
Interesting.
All right, back to the part where I completely destroy Asena's life.
Just real quick, remember the part where you said like we'll talk about it in a moment? Do we know anything about them? Because they didn't ping as Fae or Fiend, right?
Them? No,
Are
they
like
didn't.
Guards? Do they seem to be connected?
They're wearing
to this group or to that group?
Yeah, they're blocking the entrance. They're blocking the north and south exits from this area. They are clad as knights, head to toe, wearing full plate mail that's this odd, slightly bluish tint to it, and they wield enormous swords that thrum and rumble when they move. They're unusually light on their feet. As if
Has
not,
John seen these individuals before?
I don't think so.
Can I ask a just shot in the dark question, just from what I know from some lores?
Yeah, sure.
Are these Knights of Terra Nimbus?
You know, if you'd encountered the Knights of Terra Nimbus on your journeys before, then you'd be able to identify these as Knights of Terra Nimbus.
Well, John does have quite a bit of knowledge, and he spent a good little bit of time in Merlin World, and it's possible he could have read about them. But I take your point.
It's possible. It could happen. All right.
Very cool.
Anyways, back to the part where I ruin Asena's life.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Hotham charges towards you, shoving everyone else out of the way, wielding both of his power axes. He attacks completely recklessly. He's leaving himself utterly open and just focusing on killing, maiming, and destroying you. He makes all of his attacks with advantage. This is a complicated character sheet. Makes all of his melee attacks with advantage, and yeah, okay, I think that's good. And he gets 10 temporary hit points. Okay, so he makes his first attack with his power axe. Is there anything you can do about taking 27 points of damage from one attack, Asena?
Not really.
Okay, well, then that happens. And you're wounded. So you actually take, not 27, you take 33 points of damage. He smells blood, and he inflicts extra damage against wounded targets.
Mate.
Yes?
What did I say? Was it Lacunas?
It was Ralzamon. Go ahead, Matt.
Can I try something?
Pitch me on this.
So, you know that corruption mechanic you trying to hit me with?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to see if I can do something with
You want to proc it? What do you want to do?
Here's what I'm thinking. I always save against corruption, and I know that you love it when I get to just spam my abilities without any, complications or consequences. And so what I'm thinking is I can trade offer. I offer you a point of corruption, increasing my DCs going forward until I'm able to eventually, maybe, if I could ever cure it.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, I'd like to be able to basically supercast one of my spells in order to help Asena.
Okay. You call upon the sinister power of the red kiss. It glows like blood dripping across, accepting light through the air as you invoke its power to intervene on Asena's behalf. What do you do? Also, this takes a reaction.
Yes, it takes my reaction. Here's what I'm going to pitch. John is going to, and as this happens, emblazoned on the back of his leather jacket is going to be the symbol of Tiamat. He is going to call out not just to the infernal presence within his talisman, but he's also going to call out to the Dark Queen of Dragonkind, Tiamat. He is going to say a quick prayer, an actual prayer to her, and invoke the corruption within the amulet in order to cast Armor of Agathis upon Asena. But normally, by casting it through the talisman, he would cast it at 5th level, and he would only be able to hit himself with it. He's trying to invoke Asena and make it as big as he can. He wants this guy to slam into her and just go cold, literally.
Okay. We'll do it.
As John sees the axe coming down, and it's like Asena's just not even ready to block for it. It's like, wait, what did I say? And this thing's just coming right down for her neck. He wants to just hold out his hand and summon the power within in order to bring the white dragon portion of Tiamat to bear.
Yeah, I was going to flavor it like that. Thanks for stealing my thunder. You invoke the power of the Dragon Queen, and even though she is impossible eons away, wherever it is that you may be, your prayer is heard. And between two of her champions, anointed and chosen by her, she favors you in this instance. Immediately, the ice of the white dragon surrounds Asena, encasing her in a shield with 35 points of temporary hit points. As he strikes it, you take 33 off of that, leaving you with 2. His axe comes down, buzzing and humming, coursing with high-tech energy. It strikes the ice, and it blasts directly back into his face, inflicting 35 points of cold damage. But lo, his blood is chilled within his veins, and his environmental armor protects him from all cold damage. He is immune. But Asena only takes 2 hit points, so fair trade.
And 1 corruption, right?
And 1 corruption. Yes. Also on
I have
the field.
1 gimme on that.
What's your gimme?
Because John would know he had resistance to cold, right?
Yes.
Or immunity to cold. Would John be able to futz with what armor Abagus does? And since there are 5 dragons, he can call upon a different dragon to enchant.
Which dragon do you have in mind?
John's unless he knows they're immune to fire, John's big on fire.
It's
fire's
resistance. This guy has resistance to fire.
Ooh, wait. When he was in Lacunas, he pretended to be a lightning dragon. What about
Lightning will work. Lightning will work.
Then lightning.
Okay,
He's gonna
then
invoke the power of Susfarel.
you invoke the power of the blue dragon and fry this nerd for 35 points of damage.
Yes, that's worth a corruption. I feel better.
Okay. All right, we feel better about it. I'm gonna keep taking my turn now, if you don't mind.
Yeah. You do your thing. Oh my God, that's 35 points of damage on this guy. Oh.
All right. By the way, on the table is a triple threat card, meaning the first character who sings gets inspiration, the first character who dances gets inspiration, and the first character who performs, gets inspiration.
Oh, I'm well aware.
There's also a catchphrase card. Whoever uses their character's catchphrase in context gains a significant advantage.
Ooh.
Now, back to the regularly scheduled beating. Second power axe attack. Oh my God, does a 15 even hit you, Pods?
No.
Okay, well, being thrown off by getting shocked, but still having no self-preservation instinct whatsoever, he just goes in for the second attack, and you're able to parry it because he's still twitching slightly. And as a bonus action, he's going to attack with his offhand weapon. Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, that is 23 points of damage.
Can I actually?
Actually, if you'll allow it, go on.
I can spend a focus point to take a dodge action as a reaction.
Okay, great. You want to spend a focus point and do that?
Yeah, I want to like.
Well, does a 20
roll out
hit
of
you?
the way.
Because he rolled a 20 with his, if you take away his advantage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got a 20 or a 23. So if a 20 still hits
I
you,
mean,
that's
a 20's still gonna hit me.
then I would just, unless you've got something else, I would just take it on the face.
Okay.
Hey, you're still alive though. Congratulations.
What am I taking?
23 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's gnarly.
And you still had 3 hit points on your shield.
Okay, so 20 damage total.
And he takes 35 more damage.
That's right. But now the armor is gone, so he's not going to do
It's
that.
gone.
Yeah. Okay, so you dealt 70 damage to him. We can feel good about that. John,
Yeah.
it's your turn, followed by these unknown combatants, followed by more unknown combatants, followed by Lyrus.
Well, so here's the thing. We were just going to do some information gathering and find out where Ralston hid himself here. Instead, now we're... Here's the thing. The bear is the werebear with the crazy swords is attacking the people who we seem to be engaged with, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, John's going to look over, rush over to Asena, in fact. Is there... can I step here? Are these people here? Or are they scattering?
You can push them out of the way.
Okay, cool. John pushes them out of the way. He runs up and tries to get the giant bear's attention, the black hole bear's attention. Hey, you! This guy's attacking just young girls in the street. I don't know if you're some kind of guard, but please, we need your assistance. And from there, John's gonna see about interposing himself, like imposing him between Asena and these people between. So, seeing if we can like switch spots.
Okay.
Lyrus stops for a second as you yell at him and yell this. Obviously! As he looks around. That's what we're doing.
Well, then do it over here! She's gonna die!
Hey, give me just a minute. As he's, like,
slaughter.
Yeah, just like slicing his way through people to get to you.
Asena, will you allow John to switch places with you?
It is your call.
Sure. But I'm gonna be like, I'm fine. I said something wrong though.
Yeah, obviously, John replies to both her questions, or both her statements.
All right, go ahead and swap positions.
I'm not gonna move over here. You want to kind of, move down there. There we go. Perfect.
All right. Anything else, John?
Yeah, John goes ahead and steps up, kind of putting an arm in front of Asena and taking out his gun and kind of aiming this big old giant gun at the enemies. Now, here's the thing. I have a big gun, and I know how to use it, and there's a bear over there with a sword that transports you, only what I can assume, to a very terrible place. Or kills you. Either way, you should probably leave. Because I think there's like 50 guards over there. You should probably get the hell out of here. What are you doing?
We're guards.
We're guards. Yeah, we're owl exterminate. Oh, and yeah, John's gonna use a bonus action to hit everybody that appears to be allied with what was his name here?
Lyrus?
How to pronounce that? No, Hatham.
Hatham, yes.
He's gonna hit him with some dragon fear.
Okay. Your shadow stretches across the battlefield. Wings stretch forth from it, even though nobody can see wings anywhere else. And everybody, is this going to hit all the enemies that you can see?
Anyone within 120 feet. So
yeah, that's everybody. All your.
And when John activates this, Asena can see that on his back, the sigil, the sign of Tiamat that is engraved now into the back of his leather coat, alights with multicolored fire when he invokes the dragon fear.
How the heck is this maniac not immune to fear? I don't.
Because Tiamat wants him to fear him.
Excellent.
That's true. That's true. All right, here we go. Wisdom save. I'm literally looking at his character sheet like, is there nothing here? No, there isn't.
Does he gain like advantage when like he's going all Bane on us? Is that a thing?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
And he gets a 19, so he's fine. All right,
go.
So I'm going to roll. There's a few different types of enemies on the field. I'm just going to roll some real quick. Okay, I think there's like 2 of them that aren't afraid. There's, by the way, Lyrus, near you, this one right here appears to be the leader of this local group. And these armed knights are blocking civilian exits on either side.
Okay.
But it's obvious these knights are with these.
Yeah, they've got the same
squads,
color
right?
scheme and everything.
Cool, great. John's going to go ahead and, still holding his gun, he's going to take out from a pack that he keeps on his side. The briefcase now looks like a just messenger bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to go ahead and shove his hand in there and pull out a small piece of coral. As he flips it over his hand in this really cool looking way, it's going to transform into a water trident as he holds the piece of coral with the water coming out of both ends. And he's going to aim it just in a kind of very bishop diagonal, trying to catch as many of these guys as possible. And he's going to activate Water Jet, hitting a 60-foot line.
How wide is that line?
It's about 5-foot line.
Yeah, and we're in double mode right now. So you just take out this piece of coral and it just spews water all over the place. What are the effects on that?
Let me go ahead and show you what happens when John uses... I don't know if I've ever done this on air before.
Ooh.
So you can use an action to magically shoot a jet of water, 60 foot, 5 feet wide. Each creature must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, or take a bunch of bludgeoning damage
So unlucky.
and be knocked prone.
Oh, actually, these guys are really dexterous. Okay. And the DC is 15, right?
That's right.
Okay, you've got 3 of them lined up. Of the 3, 1 blows the save, takes the full damage, and gets knocked prone. The other 2 take it on the face as water just gushes through. Like, again, this is a big market. You can see magical items and glowing baubles and apothecary elements all over the place. And now it's just absolutely going everywhere. It's complete pandemonium in here. Civilians are attempting to flee behind you, or they're filtering out through Lyrus and his troops in their direction. Are Lyrus's troops wearing any kind of uniform, or are they all like mishmash, unidentified?
Oh yeah, they're totally like mismatched. They look like they're commoners and some soldiers, different leathers.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely would blend into the crowd. If they were to just walk away, you wouldn't be able to distinguish them necessarily from the rest.
Okay.
Like a militia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big militia
Cool.
vibes.
Interesting. Yeah, John and I'm assuming Asena are definitely like kind of interposing ourselves between the common folk and these ruffians that are breaking things up here, as we're trying to make ourselves look like the good guys in this scenario.
Branding is important.
Exactly.
Okay, I think I'm done with all the blasting.
Perfect.
Is that it for you?
That's it. That's my action, my bonus action, and yep, I'm good.
The knights, one of them is afraid. Only one of them is afraid. The rest of them are steadfast in their service. Okay, so we've got one of the bad guys, and then the knights, then Lyrus, and then Asena. All right, so this monster right here, which seems to be leading this group down here, got a little bit more, it has a huge maul, and hasn't suffered any damage yet. So it can't move any closer to John. So instead, it's going to charge directly up towards Lyrus. Screaming, like phlegm spewing out of its mouth as it goes. Does it get this? It doesn't get this because I was only 15 feet. And he swings to attack you with its maul. Now, Mudcat, I'm not totally familiar with your character yet, so if you have any bullshit shenanigans like John's been playing, just let me know.
Yeah, I will.
All right, swings its maul, and it has advantage on the attack.
It has normal because it's disadvantage.
Right, so we take the 17.
No,
No.
17 does not hit.
Okay, what does it clang against your armor? Do you parry? What's his fighting style like?
Actually, as that attack comes in, as Lyrus is actually fighting someone else, reaches over with his other sword and just slices a portal in space, and that maul just his arm goes through and like comes out a different place, like 10 feet away, as he misses, and then he pulls out, and the portal closes back up.
The monster pulls his maul back just before it gets cut, and there's some sort of weird, like, charred ash all over where it went through the gap. Looks over its shoulder at John, who's got this dragon aura. Looks over at Lyrus with his void swords. Not a great situation. That is it for that enemy. Now, the knights. One of them was knocked prone by that blast of water. Okay.
And mate, just as a note, John did specifically, when he called up that prayer to Tiamat, he said it just loud enough to where he was hoping that Hoffman would hear it.
Okay. All right. John, roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, no. What's happening?
The knight that's standing right here gestures towards you, and wind sweeps up all around you as you begin to levitate. You float involuntarily 20 feet into the air, leaving the pathway clear for them to get to Asena.
Oh, goody.
The other one...
I didn't consent to this! Oh my god!
The other one, similarly, points over at Lyrus and gestures with this rise. Roll a Constitution saving throw, please, Lyrus. A 13. Does that save?
It's actually a 14 because of my aura of protection.
Ooh, okay. Well, that does save. So, attempts to cause the winds rise around you, but you shake them off. The knight down here, given that his spirit is wavering, shouts a command and gives his neighbor, the one directly next to him, a leadership dice.
Ooh.
And said neighbor is going to hurl a thunderbolt at the floating John.
Wasn't one of these knights had like a messed up weapon or something?
Yes, one of them did. Let's deploy that. So as he takes his blade and swings it to throw the thunderbolt, it rings in his hand. The maul of the monster that just tried to hit Lyrus, the maul pops out directly in front, clangs into the sword. The sword goes off with a boom and goes flying across the chamber. The other knight looks at him.
Yes.
He looks at him, and he flies over trying to recover it, flying off the ground effortlessly and very swiftly. Shoof. No wings, just, I'm floating. That will be it for the knights. It is Lyrus, then Asena.
All right. Let's see. What's the distance here? I can. That's a lot. That's a lot further than I thought it was.
Yeah, we're doing half squares. So.
Yeah. Okay. Lyrus is actually going to look at this individual in front of him and just point a sword and take off that armor. It doesn't belong to you. As he
Lyrus,
points the sword.
roll an intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence. Where is that at? Okay. Oh, yeah.
As you command him to take off that armor, you look at the armor and it almost seems misty or translucent, like you're seeing through it. And underneath it, this creature is just wearing bits of plate and leather that have been ramshackled together, none of the insignia of the Grandmaster upon it.
As Lyrus points his sword at him, he's just going to... I see. I'll deal with you in a second then. He's actually going to rush past him.
I'm taking my attack opportunity.
Yeah, he's going to rush past him to this guy. And then he will make an attack on this this first individual over here. Oh my god!
Does an 18 hit?
Wait.
It's a nat one.
Oh.
John.
But he has you have inspiration. Wait. So real quick, chat's been granting you a lot of inspiration, Mudcat. You might want
That's
to
true. I didn't see
consider
that. Yeah, with channel points, you've got inspiration. You could spend that to re-roll this attack.
Oh yeah, if that's the rules here, then yes,
Yeah, that's
100%. We're
Welcome
doing
to
it.
Castles and Castles, where everything's made up and points don't matter.
Perfect.
Okay,
Does a 24 hit?
24. Yes, it does. Does an 18 hit?
18 does not hit.
Okay, all right. We carry on. So, your sword strikes true. Your void blade dives into the flesh of this monster. What happens? Roll it.
All right. As he rolls this in, 13 slashing damage, and then I'm also going to throw some smite on there when I remember how to roll smite. Just a second level or a first level, whatever the
Okay.
2d8 is. 8 more smite damage.
21
on top
points of damage.
Yeah, 21 total. As he just cuts into him, and as he makes that cut, that void nature of the cut begins to kind of spread and like almost open this ethereal gap in the chest of this creature as that smite spreads. And he'll just smile, and then using my bonus action with my artificer infused boots, I will teleport back in front of the original guy and then swing at him.
I was going to ask if you're using your second attack. I love it.
Oh yeah, that's
29.
29.
Yeah, that'll be a hit.
So we'll go ahead and roll that. We'll roll some smite on that as well.
I'll just roll some smite on that, you know.
Yeah,
So
Would you like a side of smite, sir? Yeah, so I'll yes, sure, I'll take a side.
Matt, you are in no position. You're the
20.
king of, wait, I got these dice. Oh, and I'm going to add this dice. Oh, let me throw this in.
It was the nonchalance, the way it was delivered. I loved it.
All right. So, fun fact. First off, is your turn over?
No, 27 points of damage as he slices into him, and again that void nature begins to spread through his chest. You could almost like see into the chest a bit into this void that's forming there. Not quite a singularity yet, but building up. He's gonna look over at John Carmichael, and he's just gonna make eye contact with you for half a second. And with this sword, I'm gonna slash a hole into the air. And it's going to like travel like a warlock blade from Destiny, like the fire, but it'll be void. It's gonna stop right in front of you, creating a portal, which will allow you to use your reaction to take an attack.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. John's
Wait, so
gonna
you're
do
using
that.
your reaction to make an attack against the target you're attacking, Lyrus?
So after my my sword allows me to, once I make an attack with the sword, I can enable one creature to use its reaction to make one weapon attack.
Against any target?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Oh my
if he wants to
God.
attack the same guy, or if you want to thematically roll it, that cut open a portal so you can see the guy I'm fighting and you shoot through it or whatever, that's cool.
Yeah, abso-freaking-lutely. John's
Yeah.
gonna do that. He struck down almost entirely this one first, so I think John's gonna try to finish the one that he teleported or ran to and then teleported back from.
Okay.
If that's what's being presented to him,
Go for it. The field is yours.
I'm gonna take the shot then.
floating midair, by the way, like floating in this wind. You just,
You know, how big is this field again? Because I feel like it looks. Oh.
what are you doing?
Not as big as it looks.
What are you doing?
Mate, can you give me a fireball?
I would really rather not.
Could you give me a fireball real quick?
Yeah, hang on. I should really have this thing on. I don't know why I don't have this thing on.
I don't know why you don't either. I mean,
Because I got stuff to do, man. You know, it's a busy life.
oh my.
All right, so hold on. We have to. So
Yeah, you gotta do
normally
math.
it would be 8 by 8, but because we don't roll like that here.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Can I get some control of that? Do you mind?
Can-
Is that a thing? I
A
can do?
little bit. A little bit. Give me a sec.
You mind a little bit?
I mind a little bit, kind of.
Man,
yeah.
that looks really cool. Is the thing though?
All right. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Hang on.
Like I feel like we usually talk about chat throwing gasoline on the fire, but this is
Yeah, careful with that. That's directly on. That's gonna hit Asana right now.
Asana's better dodging than John is. I'm not worried about Asana.
She'll
you
be
know that
fine.
this only counts if you turn your back and don't look at it, right?
That's true, actually.
It only counts if you're not looking at it.
Is that what you're doing?
I think this is what I'm doing. So when the portal opens up, John, seeing like how they're all in the middle of this. Can he position it to where it's not going to hit any of the shops? That's what I kind of like to not blow up people's shops.
Are you okay blowing yourself up?
I'm really good at dodging too. Yeah, here's what's going to happen. John's going to shoot this Knight of Terra Nimbus right in the middle of the plaza, and
As
it's
he
going to
reaches down to pick up his sword.
Yeah, he's reaching down to pick up his sword, and John's gonna have a fireball, a spell bullet loaded into his gun, and he's gonna shoot that off as the attack is granted to him, and he's gonna just immolate this entire field.
And that's why he
as
can
he
attack
shoots it.
with a fireball, because it's a bullet.
And John's gonna shout to Asana, "Get some cover!" And yeah, John's gonna drop.
All right, well, you shoot the
bullet.
bullet first, so shoot the bullet attack at this guy.
Shooting the bullet attack. And
A
then,
22, even a Knight of Terra Nimbus, that's gonna hit.
Yes, and then just suck on one of these if you don't mind.
That's what
Send
she
it.
said.
Got him!
Is it working? Did it? Oh, that's what I say.
You probably. All
I
right.
swear this never happens to me.
While you wait for that, I've been holding on this whole time because I didn't want to steal your. Thunder. But guess what special ability this guy over here has? The guy who you left out of your
no.
fireball.
No.
When he
Counter
takes
spell?
damage the first time after initiative has been established, he gets a whole turn. Oh, there's our fireball.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? No, I had to do it normally, so now I'm just gonna. You know what fireball does? So
Yeah, I know what fireball does. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna just make my attack flat attack because I have disadvantage because I'm a freered. He's just gonna try to hit you with his maul. It's a 16, no joy. He sticks it in, and like you open another gate, and his arm goes into the fireball. He pulls it back just in time before he takes damage. He continues to not doing any good.
Understandable. Don't have a good day because you're a bad person.
All right, that was 29 points of damage on that fireball, right?
That's a DC 19, by the way, so enjoy that.
Thank you. I will. Yeah, get wrecked, nerd.
Wow.
All right, player 2. Asana, while I barbecue everybody, why don't you start taking your turn? Because this is going to take me a little bit of time.
Okay.
Also, both Asana and I need to make saving throws against this fireball.
Yeah, why don't you start by making a saving throw against that fireball?
Hey, wait a minute. At 20 feet up, am I still in the fireball?
Yes, it's a 20-foot radius, so yes.
Yeah. No, okay.
What are we saving?
Dexterity.
Against a DC 19 dexterity check. Yeah, I figured. Pods.
No damage,
Easy.
evasion. Oh.
Um.
You love to
I like
see
that
it.
one.
I love to see it. It makes me...
Hold on.
Yeah, go through your bag of tricks. What do you got?
I'm sure someone is going to give John inspiration at some point.
There is inspiration
Just
for any PC who needs it.
I need it. Is the thing. That's,
You gonna sing for it?
You could also sing for it.
that's an incredibly good idea.
Triple threat is still on the field.
And as John sends out the fireball, and he realizes, like, wait a minute, I'm floating. I can't really go in. Oh no! Please, fireball, don't blow me up! Oh, God! And he starts by having a little a little ditty that turns into a "There's fire licking at my toes. Please, something intervene to help me." Would you like a better song? Is that what you're saying?
No, as you do that, one of the monsters in the courtyard down below covers its ears and screams and happens to position itself between you and the fireball, which doesn't block it, but it creates like a small gap in it, which maybe you can tuck yourself into. Reroll your dexterity saving throw.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, you managed to tuck yourself.
Yes.
You're like drafting behind this thing.
I feel like the fireball just blows somebody like up in my way and just takes it for me.
Now, refresh me. Do you also have evasion?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. No damage. Asena, regain 2d4 plus 2 hit points and take your turn.
2d4 plus 2?
Mm-hmm. All right, regain 8 hit points and take your turn.
I can't click on anything.
Relatable.
Um,
I'm just rolling a million saving throws. Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna attack this guy.
The dude right in front of you, he's prone.
Yeah.
He got knocked down by the water jet. So you have advantage on your attacks.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna kill him then.
Okay, are you just gonna beat him to death? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
All right.
He hurt
Asena is
me.
going to beat you to death.
Yep. Okay, 18 points of damage. What happens to this poor bastard?
He doesn't wake up.
Sleep, 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 sleep. All right, that's your first
No,
attack.
I just basically just punched him in the face.
Crunch.
Yeah.
Tarantino movie, splorch.
And then I'm gonna run over on this side and then punch that guy.
All right, roll for it. This is not sneak attack because you've already used your sneak attack this turn.
Yeah. I guess I should have saved that for the other one. Whatever.
These guys are pretty tough, all things considered.
And he's not prone, right? This one?
Correct. He is not prone. He's afraid, but he's not prone.
Okay. Actually,
You know what? I'm just gonna send that to the DM layer because I may need it again later.
as this one dies, I'll activate one of my whales.
You have whales?
Every time she says that, I think, yeah, exactly.
Not
Out
a
of the
whale.
skies.
Pocket whale.
Boo!
A
Like a whale of the banshee, not a
Gotcha,
whale of the sea.
Where can I click it? Whales from the grave. So I'm
All
just
right.
gonna suck some of the life out of him.
Who do you want to suck the life out of? This guy here is the most wounded. Oh, you can't see that. This guy here is the most wounded.
Sure.
Or there's a guy in front of you if you really just want him to die.
Eh.
Roll 1d6 and tell me who's the lucky winner.
Okay. 3.
Who's the lucky winner?
Oh, I don't know. But
All right. Go ahead. That was your first attack. Understandable. Have a nice day.
yeah, then I'm gonna punch this one right here in front of me.
Cool. Not a sneak attack, but it is in fact a punch in the face. And Lyrus, each time that she punches, her fists are covered for a moment with this flare of silver light, that like the silver misty light that surrounds her and adds force to each impact. Literally. All right, you punch him for 6 damage. He takes it on the jaw. You have your bonus action left. What do you want to do?
I want to punch him again.
All right, roll to punch him again. Pow! He's starting to teeter. Like the first hit, he just looked at you. What do you want? The second hit, he's a little.
Okay, let's spend a focus point to punch him again.
All right, the uppercut. The left hook, the right jab, the uppercut for
There
7
it
points
is.
of damage. He goes a full 2 feet in the air and then plops down on the ground in a heap.
Good.
All right, that was your action. Your bonus action, you've got plenty of movement left. What do you want to do?
Ugh.
What a bother.
I don't know why we're fighting these people. Can I just, before I move, can I yell at this guy? I'll just tell him. I don't know why you're fighting me. I don't have an issue with you. I'm looking for someone.
The master
it's the
commands it.
Yeah, that.
Who's your master?
Hesitates for a moment. John and Asena, please roll insight checks while Lawrence Booker Green slowly hobbles over from the other side.
Oh, I think I might know what's happening here. Oh. I mean, we'll find out.
Okay.
Maybe.
Asena, he is struggling for a moment because one, he's in a frothing blood rage and isn't really having coherent thoughts. But also, it's as if when you said that, he had an answer, then he said, wait, no, not that. Then he had another answer, and he was like, wait, no, not that either. And ultimately, he just goes with,
The Grand Master.
he's lying.
Oh.
You know, Asena, you 100% picked up that he's lying.
Did John?
With a 14? No. Because, again, blood frenzy, all that stuff. Lawrence, behind all this chaos, Lawrence walks forward. He's just looking at everything that's going on, like,
Been here the whole time.
what am I even doing here? And he'll just take a pot shot with a firebolt. Just throw it in from across the street. I'm helping!
Hey,
Yeah,
he's
helping.
actually helping.
He just zaps one of the guys in the lower group down here. Pow.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the round, I need Asena, John, and Lyrus to each roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay. And mate, just to clarify, did the knight that had me suspended in the air take any damage from the fireball?
No. Because
Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it was the knight up here. He was out of range.
I know you have a lot to track, so I just wanted to make sure.
I appreciate the check.
It didn't get missed.
I appreciate the check. Okay.
Absolutely.
Asena, that is a failure. Lyrus, that is a success. John, that is a success. Are you good to go at that? You have an inspiration from chat that hasn't been burned yet.
I'll go again.
Okay, I'm burning that inspiration. Go again.
It made it sound scary.
10.
Is that better?
It's
Technically, yes.
that's the best kind of yes.
Please,
Okay.
DM, is that better?
Alright, please. No voice mod on that, folks. That's all natural. Lyrus, a crushing mental presence descends upon the marketplace, burrowing into your mind, seeking the cracks, the weaknesses, the flaws, the things you hate about yourself, the things you can't control about yourself. Does Lyrus have a specific defined character flaw?
I don't know about the defined character flaw. I mean, he tends to act like an old man a bit and ramble on in conversations. But I think one of his biggest internal struggles is living up to the legacy of his father, Orin.
Okay. Then crippling shame and self-doubt and the urge to do something drastic in order to live up to that legacy. It's at the outside of your periphery, but your will is strong. Your purpose is true. You are not thusly compelled. John and Asena, a
Yes, sir.
familiar mental presence, except stronger, more powerful than ever, descends upon you.
No. He
Yes.
just got here too. This is.
Asena, do you have a written down character flaw?
Yeah.
What is it?
I've been living up to my flaw a lot lately, including this why we're in here in the first place.
Oh, his powers, they do nothing.
My written down character flaw is I have no patience for sitting around or the vagaries of society. I prefer direct action wherever possible.
Okay, yeah,
The
so
crap and tell us what we want to know.
Some call it a flaw, others call it a personality.
Exactly. It's not a bug, it's a feature.
all right, so Ralzamon targets all of you with cracks in your armor. Your flaw rises to the surface, and you must roleplay it immediately, even to your own detriment. John, you resisted. Asena, it really doesn't matter at this point. So if that speaks to you in some way, go for it. But otherwise, nothing done. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just like curse at the wind.
You damn wind! I hate you!
All right.
But wait, we healed you earlier. I don't care.
And I didn't actually
You're
go.
still gonna die.
I didn't go for the mooks yet. So the mooks here.
Oh no.
This mook right here is actually going to roll a wisdom saving throw because he's incredibly injured.
And frightened.
Yes, and he fails his wisdom saving throw. So he continues to attack.
What?
Dread visible in his eyes, as if his body is not his own, he lurches forward towards Asena, standing upon the bodies of his fallen comrades, and lashes out at you with the Morning Star, swinging twice to strike you. With brutal strength. Does a 16 hit you, Asena?
No,
Okay.
I dodge it.
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. You dodge the first one, the second one clobbers you for 19 points of slashing damage.
Just as a reminder, earlier Asena was going to use a reaction to dodge, so I just wanted to remind that's a possibility.
You can spend a focus point to dodge if you want, and I would have to re-roll that attack with and take the worst of the two. Your call.
Okay.
Okay, burn the focus point, and I'm going to re-roll that, but if it hits, I'm keeping that pile of damage. It's still happening.
Cross our fingers, cross our fingers.
An 18, yeah, sorry. Burn the focus point and take the 19 damage. You're still on your feet,
But at
though.
least, and you're dodging for the rest of the turn, which
That's
is really
true.
nice.
You are dodging until the start of your next turn.
Is that? I've never used that before.
It's a really cool
Honestly,
feature.
it's a lot better than it looks. It's a lot better than it's given you so far.
Normally, they don't roll better the next time.
All right, so the remaining one of them is going to charge. The ones that are afraid are going to charge Lyrus because, you know, they can't not do that. They're going to attempt to surround you.
Oh, mate!
What?
I'm sorry, you have to take that back. This guy can't move closer to the target of sphere. He can't walk towards John to get to Asena.
He can't choose to walk towards you.
Oh, okay. Hey.
That's why I said
go.
he was reluctant. His steps were staggered.
Okay, my apologies.
All good, all good. He still should have had disadvantage
Good
on that attack in the
clarification.
first place. Asena, if you want, you can have your focus point back. He should have had disadvantage from the fear.
Okay.
Yep. Speaking of which, two more who are afraid attack Lyrus. They can't quite manage to get flanking position because your allies are back here fighting other enemies who are off the map who we're not going to worry about. It's the background of the All right, but they have disadvantage because they are also affected by Dragon Fear. You get attacked 4 times, probably, because if they hit you, 7,
Doesn't hit.
a 10,
Does not hit.
an 18,
18 does not hit.
Jeez.
14 also doesn't hit. So they just
As these things have this slowed stride as the shadow of John Carmichael hovering over the battlefield gives them just that slight little uncomfortable notion to not quite be able to bring their full self to bear. John tries to return in kind to the void-wielding werebear and just gives him like an eye and holds the vision for just a moment before going back to being suspended 20 feet in the air.
As these guys come in and they're swinging swords at Lyrus, he's just like, honestly, he's just cutting holes in the space and just like through portals, just like dancing all around them, like disappearing and popping out behind them. Too slow.
There is one of them still able to make its way up and attack Asena. And it's not afraid. So if you feel like spending that point again, now would be the time.
You're talking to me?
Yes. Do you want to
Oh,
dodge?
'cause I
Do you
was
want to
still-
put that dodge back on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Asena's like, oh no, I'm fine. All right. It swings twice.
It's like a Jackie Chan movie. Ha! Whoa! Ha! Ha!
I'm just asking questions. Leave me alone.
Ow!
A 23. You dodged. So I'm rolling a second attack and taking the worst of the two, but the first damage. 16 misses.
Oh
And
my!
he swings his Morning Star the second time as you continue to bob and weave out of the way and just collides with the floor, scratching the beautiful, beautiful, shiny stone cobbles along the way. That will do it for most of my villains. Now it's back up to the top with Hotham, the Blood Berserker, who has received disadvantage from chat.
Oh no!
And he is going to, and he's got disadvantage because you're dodging. So he's going to hold on to his disadvantage. But he's attacking recklessly, so he's going to make all these attacks with advantage. So, flat rolls. Try not to die.
You didn't tell me who your master was.
He responds coherently.
Coherently.
A 28. Unless there's some sort of nonsense you can pull on that, he drops you.
I don't think so. I'm like, unless.
Chat's feeling generous.
Yeah.
Asana, do you
can't-
have any inspiration?
Yeah,
Oh, you have some on your character sheet?
I
What-
have two.
What would that be good for?
If I could use a bonus action.
You
But
want-
other than that.
Yeah, you could spend it to do like a bonus action out of turn. You also just healed 44 plus 4. As the blade strikes down on you, cutting and feeding upon your blood, inflicting more damage, preying on your injuries, you heal 44 plus 4 because of chat. And you have inspiration if you have something gnarly you want to do.
Okay. I would like to spend that inspiration for a bonus action.
Okay, what do you have in mind?
I'm gonna planar slip.
Let's go! Let's go! Okay, the power of the Fang of Goltharius around your neck, you shine with silver light, it flares out from you, and then it collapses in on itself like an implosion. Drop that in chat if you've got it, and if not, I think it's on your item, so I'll pull it up.
God, that's so cool.
Yeah, there it is. Go ahead and take those heals, by the way. That 44 plus 4.
And I'm out of range. Yes!
You are, because you're flying in the air. And move yourself up to 30 feet to a point that you can see.
That was not a great heal from me.
You know, it's better than nothing.
It was pretty standardly average. That was okay.
I'm not average.
I'm a sailor,
true.
The
goddammit!
dice say differently.
All right, this guy failed his save, which he should have had an advantage on, but it was neutralized by chat's disadvantage.
Nice.
A lot of this stream is like, well, actually that happened, but this happened, but that happened, but that happened.
It's like Magic the Gathering.
Your Honor.
Exactly. But during
League
my
of
draw
Legends.
phase, during my tap phase, this would have taken effect first.
I actually think I'm gonna planar slip over to
Next to
to
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Hey, how you doing? Give me 3d6 for that force damage.
You are
Oh.
not average, Asana. You just don't heal.
The devil's number.
Oh, shoot.
All hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
All right, well, you just killed like all the monsters nearby you and knocked Hotham on his ass. So
Good.
good job with that. He is now
Maybe for show I don't go all the way over there. I'll just stay.
because it's cool. All right, so where did you end up?
Over here.
Oh, thank you for pointing it out because I completely lost track of you.
I'm
All right.
blending in with these commoners.
Stealth mode. All right, yes, because you're so good at blending in. All right, so he uses half of his movement to stand up. He has a lot of movement.
Oh, shoot.
And he is going to use his jump jets on his armor to leap up and hit John.
That's illegal.
24 to hit for 26 damage, John.
Yeah. I mean, I could try to probably pull some kind of horse crap, but I think I should just take that one on the chin.
Okay. All right, so he used half of his movement to stand up, and when he's boosted on the drugs, his movement speed is 65.
Wow.
So, and then he used 5 feet of movement, so he has 30 feet of movement left over. But he also has a bonus action that he can use, which is Bloodseeker. He moves up to his move speed towards an enemy who's missing hit points. Has Lyrus been hit at all?
No.
Okay. Now that does take away.
Oh my.
That takes away his offhand attack. So he's made all of his attacks, but he's just bum rushes straight towards you, Asena.
Ooh.
That is it.
Oh Lord, he coming.
For Hatham, yes. John, it's your turn. You're floating midair with 4 hit points. What are you gonna do next?
Yeah, here's the thing. We just fought one of the most difficult fights of our life, defeating Rossel on Master of the Unknown. Then he got bracked here, and now we're engaged in what is effectively like a really dangerous bar brawl in the middle of town square.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, do I got to save against that levitation? Is that a thing?
Let me see.
Not like I necessarily want to fall, but I don't really want to go any higher, is the thing.
No, it just lasts for the duration.
Great. Fan-freaking-tastic.
It is a concentration effect, and the perpetrator is right here.
Cool. I do not think that... Oh, you know what? Yeah. John's going to go ahead and use his last Warlock spell slot to cast Mirror Image.
Not a bad idea. Shadow Clone Jutsu Johns pop out, also floating ignominiously upside down with their hair flailing in the air. Shifting around each other in a gigantic clusterfuck of John Carmichaels.
And I'm literally just looking for anything I still have. Oh, here we go. I have something. Mate, John's going to go ahead and take a little look into the case of carrying.
Okay, so you're upside down and you open up your briefcase.
Upside down? Wait, I'm upside down? When was I upside down?
Shit just falls everywhere.
It's just funnier if you're levitating upside down, you know?
Okay, John's upside down and he flips his suitcase or his briefcase upside down as he's upside down.
You're looking down into it, right?
Exactly. Yeah, John looks into the Mary Poppins bag. And it has charges, which I very rarely get to use because normally, we're not in these kind of situations. But it's pretty dire, and I feel like we need it. So,
Chat has given you extra munitions, by the way.
Ooh, what had to?
Disposable item, grenade, scroll, potion, spell bullet, level 2. Anyone in the party?
Level 2?
Yeah, anyone in the party can cash that in if they have an idea for it. Because you brought some extra stuff.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know if I want to, monopolize all of the
Just keep that
stuff
on the board, folks. You know that is available.
Mate, do we have an area where we can see the list of streamlets that's like active, so that way we know
I don't
what
think
is
you
rocked?
do. I don't think you do. But right now you've got catchphrase, extra munitions, triple threat, and combo breaker.
See, I feel like during my turn I want to try and start proccing those, but I don't want to be the only one proccing those and feel like I'm
right. I'll just remind you intermittently as we go along.
Yeah. No,
Right.
absolutely.
You cast a mirror image spell. Is that an action?
Yeah, it's an action to do that.
And you're looking through the briefcase, searching through it, digging around. Do you know what you're finding yet?
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start moving along on just activating some of our streamlet stuff because John needs some wiggle room. So while he's up here, just wiggling around, trying to dig through his briefcase, John's just going to do like a little air. He's up in the air. He can't really move. He's stuck here. John is going to go ahead and make a performance check as he's digging through his bag. You ever be moving around the apartment and you just start kind of dancing around while you're sweeping, or you're just doing the dishes and you got the really nice song because when I start bopping.
Is he doing Cirque du Soleil in the air?
Yeah, he's upside down and he's doing that thing where you kind of walk step, but normally you need to be on a pole and you can do that. Well, John doesn't need a pole to do that right now.
Oh, you can do the airwalk thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Without the core strength.
Nice. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have the core. Are you kidding me? It's John Carmichael. He doesn't have the core strength for that. No, he's going to go ahead and use assistance, and he's going to try and put on a little show for everyone while he's up here, and it goes about as well as you'd expect.
Well, the triple threat doesn't require it to be a good dance. It just requires it to be a dance. But anyone who pays attention at the moment, including the Knights of Terra Nimbus on either side, notices John just sort of wiggling weirdly, and it's 4 of him just wiggling weirdly in the air.
Yeah, and John almost drops, as he's like trying to do this, he's focusing way too much on the dance and almost drops some of the stuff from inside his bag. Has to like catch it really quick.
A wrench goes flying out, a rubber chicken hits the ground.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. And John's going to go ahead and bust out, let's say 3 of his total charges from this. He can remove up to 10 non-magical objects worth no more than 50 gold from the case. And just because I'm so high up, and there's no one below me anymore. Shoot! Oh, there's no one below me anymore. Oh, I don't know if that's actually going to be. I was just going to pull out a giant, like, freaking terribly heavy thing and just drop it. But I can't move. When I'm levitated, so when I'm forcefully levitated, I can't move, right? I'm just stuck because someone has to move me. I can't hear you, mate. That's a +1 XP for us.
+1 XP for everybody. While you're doing this, I'm going to have the next guy start beating to death.
Please go ahead and do that. But so I'm just basically stuck here in the air. I can't really go anywhere. Yeah, here's what's gonna happen. I'm scared. John's gonna pull out a fucking an extendable raft. He literally pulls out from like an airplane, like a raft that you would see. You pull the string and a raft just right below him. Just and he's just gonna drop the raft. Yeah, he just drops the raft on the ground so that way if he falls, he's not gonna die.
I like it.
Smart.
I like it a lot. I should have rolled. No, I shouldn't have rolled that with advantage. So, meanwhile, elsewhere, the dude tries to hit you and misses. John, in response, one of the knights levitates you 20 feet higher up.
Great.
This knight, who just picked up his weapon again, flies directly towards you and makes 2 great sword attacks.
Wait, 40 feet up? He flies up 40 feet?
Yeah, his fly speed is 45.
Cool. Hey, mate, it said I was getting 10 non-magical things. Can I just have 10 life rafts just be scattered along the ground? Just this big, like, courtyard bed of life rafts?
Yeah, you can do that.
You don't need to put them on the field. Just know that if I fall, I don't want to die.
Understandable. Have a nice day. All right, roll a d20 to change the target of the attack to somebody else.
Ooh, nice. That's cool. Let's try that. 10.
Okay, yeah, the target of the attack is changed, so if he hits, it kills one of your shadow clones.
Yeah.
Schwa!
I don't believe that hits.
I don't know if that hits one of the shadows.
No, it does not. Let me go ahead and drop mirror image for you. They have an AC equal to 14.
Wow, that's terrible. All right, well, he makes another attack. Roll 1d20 to see what it targets. Need an 8 or higher. Yep, it kills one of your clones, nice. And that's all he accomplishes. Meanwhile, one of the other knights flies past Asena to engage Lyrus. Charging forward, blade thundering with sonic power, will strike twice. I already know that misses. You got like this entire crowd of people swinging around, and so all you see as the fight gets more and more intense, anyone looking from the outside just sees this cloud of darkness with weapons sticking out of it at improbable angles as Lyrus continues to just cut space and time in order to evade attack.
That's so cool.
And this one right here is going to shoot a thunderbolt at you with disadvantage, John. Roll a d20 to change the target of the attack.
We'll change the trajectory to one of my not needs. Ooh, no, I won't.
Okay. It's headed right towards you. Yeah, I missed. Boom. That is it for them. Lyrus, it's your turn. Then Asena, you're on deck with a very angry dude in your face.
Lyrus will first take a swing with one of his swords here at this just generic insert bad guy number 3 with his swords.
Mook.
Oh yeah, it's a net.
Tell me there's some sort of a kicker effect on a 20.
You know what? On this sword, yes, there is. I don't think it applies here, but if I'll tell you just in case.
He's not checking your notes. Just say it does whatever you want. on.
If you score a critical hit with it against a creature's astral body, you can cut the silvery cord that tethers the target to its material body instead of dealing damage.
Oh no!
It functions as a silver sword. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a greater silver sword.
Don't attack me.
So
Over here, just
if he happens to be projecting, he's just separated from his physical form.
all right. Well, just separate his physical form from his physical form. Go ahead.
Yeah, fair enough. Let me roll a damage on that then. Let's see, does that automatically roll crit damage, or is it?
It did not. It did not.
Okay, 15 plus
Another 2d6.
2d6, so 12, so 27 on that.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, cool. 27 on that.
And you have 8 points of damage left over that we can carry on to this other mook down here.
Okay,
Which is enough to kill him.
I'll actually. Oh, perfect. With that attack, though, I'm going to be using Green Flame Blade to carry over 2d8 plus 2 damage, and it's just this black fire damage that ripples onto the knight. So that looks like 10 fire damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 fire damage to that knight as this black flame just spreads onto him as well. And then Lyrus just kind of disappearing for a moment, just like into a portal, just shoots himself kind of right in front of this knight, and is going to attack twice with this sword as well.
All right. Challenge him to battle. Go for it.
28 to hit.
Yeah. Yep, that'll do it.
That's a 15 slashing damage, and then I'm also going to throw on a second level Divine Smite. So that'll be 8, I believe. That's force. That's the wrong one. Ignore that. 15 points of that smite damage as well, so 30 total so far. And then with the bonus action, I will use that sword of strength one more time.
But not at him, because he's dead.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Then I will just immediately, as I stab into him with that smite, it's almost like I cut a portal into him, and I just walk through the portal that's forming in his chest and appear right behind this dude.
Nothing personnel, kid.
And then I'll attack. I guess it'd be a 24 to hit.
Yep. Oh, that'll do it.
Okay.
What's the damage on that?
And then that will be 13 plus 9, 22 slashing and smite damage.
Okay. The blade swings and just cuts through the air and through your enemies. 3 of them drop, folded in on themselves, inverted, or simply separated in 2. And then you emerge behind the last one and strike him, and he is grievously injured. Your warriors are turning the tide. They're absolutely winning the battle behind you, and they're getting ready to reinforce and take the field.
We're almost there, men. Keep pushing.
Asena, it's your turn. This guy's chasing you. He hungers for blood. He's on your tail, just absolutely berserk.
Why is he so obsessed with me?
Good question.
I'm gonna shoot him because he lied.
That's why.
What are you shooting him with?
I'm shooting him with my shotgun, and I'm gonna yell out, "You lied to me!"
Okay, fire the shotgun. You're within 10 feet, so you get advantage on this attack.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, what are all these numbers? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't. I don't think you just did. Did you? You. Hold up.
Yeah, when it's within 10 feet, doesn't it do
just like double
barrel?
damage or something.
Yeah, it has like a double barrel thing.
Oh yeah, that's a double shotgun barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You shoot him in the face for 27 points of damage.
This is why you tell me to use my shotgun.
This is why I tell you to use the shotgun. Yes. Do you want to use your bonus action to reload the double barrel shotgun? Or you can do a punch as your second attack.
I will punch him.
Okay. Roll an
As my
unarmed
second
attack.
attack.
The shotgun blasts into him, and he reels in response. Even though it's not a high-tech piece of equipment and you're against his power armor, he lied to your face. Roll to punch him.
Unacceptable.
Bam! Unfortunately, no sneak attack, but 12 points of damage is 12 points of damage. He is now...
Wait. Where's Chester? Chester came with us.
Yeah, well, he's not there right now. He can be there next turn. That's your call. That's Chester's your problem, not mine.
I'm gonna try and knock him out.
My name's Chester.
Ooh, are you using a stunning strike?
Yeah.
Okay, focus point on the stunning strike. He has to roll a Constitution saving throw against what?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna roll it, and if he eats it, then we know. And if he gets really high, then we probably know. This should not be at advantage. A 20. He saves.
Well,
Stunning strike usually works on like geeks and nerds, less so on these big roided out dudes.
that's fair.
But you still have a bonus action.
Oh, okay. I think I should run away.
Okay.
Excellent choice.
Can Chester be there now to give Santa an advantage if they wanted to stay?
Chester.
I'm running away.
Chester did not
Okay.
start his turn right here. Chester could be with you for starters right now, floating upside down.
There we go.
All right.
Whoa.
Now, if you move, he's going to get an attack of opportunity against you
Why?
because those are the rules. That's why.
Can you? I know that with your cool dope, not quite monk, but also monk shit. Can you use the bonus action to disengage, or is it only
I
dodge?
think you can spend a focus point to disengage as a bonus.
That's what I
action.
mean. Yeah.
I think if you spend a
I
focus point,
don't know
you
what
can
that
move.
means.
Basically,
Let me go
if
to
you
your
spend a focus point, he doesn't get to hit you for free. He has to wait till his turn to try to kill you.
Oh.
Let's see here. It should be under.
I'll do that.
Okay, so go ahead and move up to your move speed, burn a focus point, and put yourself wherever you want to be.
I'm gonna run into this group.
Okay, you run immediately into the group of fighters and ragtag militia who are battling against these people in this armor. You disappear into the crowd.
And
Yeah,
it's called Move Like Lightning. Is the
Nice,
ability you
that's
have
a
to
cool
possess
name.
that.
I'll spend that.
Okay.
Focus
Lawrence rubs his forehead across the way, points at Hotham, the blood-crazed warrior, and speaks
Fuck off.
and casts banishment.
Ooh.
Hotham rolls.
Be gone.
Yeah, that's good. We take that. He rolls a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Dude.
This is ridiculous.
Dude.
Okay. Do I have any mooks left? I'm pretty sure all my mooks are dead. Yeah, all my mooks are dead.
Yeah, I think I walked through the last one.
Yup. All right, then. The invisible psychic presence on the field turns its attention to the one who's doing all of this damage and targets you with a mind crush. Unfortunately, an 11 does not hit Lyrus, so
Does not.
Hotham, seeing that his prey has moved, but there's another warrior in the way, blitzes directly towards Lyrus. The drugs give him 10 points of temporary hit points, and now the warrior who has carved through all of these minions is face to face with the most deadly enemy on the battlefield, who is going to unleash his full wrath upon you with his power axe.
Bring it on, bitch.
Does a 23 hit?
A 23 does hit.
Okay. You take 20 points of damage unless you've got something you can do to nullify that.
As a reaction, Lyrus will, as this power axe just comes in, he's just gonna stand there, and as a reaction, use my Stone's Endurance to negate 8 points of damage, and just
Okay.
let that axe
Snap.
just hit me in the chest and just growl at him.
looks down at it. So you only take 12 because you're not wounded yet. Looks down at it, shrugs, and just goes at you with the second attack on the power axe. Now you're wounded. If he hits you with a 29, you take 26 points of damage.
Ooh, yeah, all right.
And then he's going to make his offhand attack, screaming and frothing inside of his power armor, but a 16 is no good. So that last attack was just so drug crazed that it went wild. You were able to avoid it pretty easily. John, it's your turn. You're floating in the air. There's a dude trying to kill you.
Yeah, floating 40 feet up. That's fun.
But there's a lot of life rafts down below, so you're good.
There's a lot of life rafts. I feel pretty
Right.
confident about the number of life rafts between me and death. I don't like 4 hit points. That I'm not a fan of.
Your foe
that
looks
being
pretty
said-
wounded as well.
Yeah. No, that I feel pretty good about. So John's gonna go ahead and he's gonna try and just. Is he right up on me?
He's right up on you. He's swinging his sword at you, trying to pick you out from all the shadow clones.
Yeah, John's gonna go ahead and try and just shoot him with Krontaka. I don't think it makes sense to try anything
Hit him in the
else.
face.
Yeah. Is this gonna be disadvantage then?
No, it's a pistol.
Oh, good. There we go. Whew. All right. Well then, suck on this. Just gonna shoot you in the face with my big old gun.
Blam! He swings. Seems like he's caught you. You stick the gun directly in his chest plate or his face?
The faceplate. Yeah.
Okay, just sort of like underneath the visor. Out one end, and the knight goes crumpling to the floor with a clang.
because his,
and lands on a life
his-
raft.
Because his image doesn't, I don't think it affects sound. It looks like this really cool looking magical flintlock pistol, and it just sounds like fire and brimstone as this just echoing like revolver shot. This doesn't sound like that. I don't have a revolver shot that's still loaded up, so that's as close as I can get.
Oh, that's good. We'll take that.
And yeah, that's John's action. And because he literally can't stop himself from doing anything up here, John tries to just like float in the air, like move. And just because it's been a whole turn and there's still more Streamloots cards, John is going to look around the battlefield, seeing that there's still knights up to the top and the bottom.
You actually have lifeboats. Nice.
And he's just gonna say to himself, John, you're a fucking wizard. You're a fucking wizard. You're a fucking wizard. You can do this. You can get yourself out of this. What do you have in your bag of tricks that will be able to get you out of this situation? You can do this. You are a fucking wizard. And John is trying to figure out what in the short span of time that he has with very little prep in regards to what's happening here that he can do to try to get out of this.
There's an
And-
anchor in your briefcase with rope.
John takes hold of that anchor.
All right, the moment you pull it out, it's going down. It's an anchor. You know what I mean?
I'm not letting it go. John takes out the anchor and just holds on.
Okay, so the levitate spell can lift up to 500 pounds, and it weighs less than 500 pounds. But if you dropped it, you could use the rope to pull yourself back down.
Oh, easy. Okay, yeah, that's totally doable.
Okay.
That's happening.
Yeah, so you use your catchphrase, you tell yourself you're a wizard, you happen to find like an Acme Corp anchor inside your magic briefcase, you drop it, it hits one of the life rafts, it pops, you hear this as the life raft begins to leak, but you're able to start pulling yourself against the force of the levitate spell.
Gucci. How much am I able to pull?
What's your move speed?
Normally 30.
Half of that.
Okay, so I
These are
go back
points.
down 20. Oh no. Okay. All right. That was my action, my bonus action, or was it my bonus action to get the anchor out?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think John's just going to. Where did it? Oh, she ran into the crowd. Oh no. Yeah, this isn't fantastic. John is going to have the cat jump down onto the life rafts and just kind of be a cat. And can Chester fall without taking damage?
Yeah, he's a cat.
Raft? Cool. Chester falls and then uses their movement in order to rush up and just kind of. It's gonna be lingering like under this counter, like right next to Hotham. And is ready to accept if Hotham doesn't move too much. John might be trying to see about doing something weird. Their sympathetic connection may be close enough to where if John needs to, he can try something.
Okay. The remaining enemies crowd in around Lyrus, attempting to take him down. They all attack simultaneously, except for Hotham. It's not his turn yet.
Oh
The
my.
increasingly desperate Fey-like creature swings the maul. swings them all,
With disadvantage.
but he has advantage on his attack.
There you go.
miss.
Cool.
So it's a miss. The two Knights of Terra Nimbus fall upon him and his Void Swords, attempting to drop him at any cost. One of them with disadvantage because of the fear. 17 doesn't hit. Nope. The other one, just full of frenzy, does a dirty 20 hit.
20 ties.
Okay, if it meets, it beats. 9 slashing damage. All right. It is now your turn, Lyrus. What do you want to do?
Okay, first thing, actually, even though these guys are coming in and slashing at him, he really just hasn't lost eye contact with the big guy with the axe still stuck in his armor, and he's just gonna spend first attack just going after him with with the sword here. So, does a 15 hit?
Well, you have an inspiration in the bank. Do you want to try that first?
Oh,
So that's a no.
I'm not saying it doesn't hit. I'm just saying it doesn't hit. You take the better of the two. It's not a natural. It's not a natural
Okay,
one.
alright,
You take the better of the two.
15 then.
Yep. Asana, while we're doing this, heal 2d4 plus 2 from chat.
Does the 15 hit this guy?
A 15 does not hit him. His power armor is highly sophisticated.
Awesome. Swing it a second time then.
Oh my goodness.
What is wrong with me?
How the turns have tabled.
Does the tide still have inspiration?
That axe has the axe just sticks into his chest. Like he's bleeding a lot more than he thought he was. It just goes through, just blood just pouring down the front. He's getting a little woozy. For a third attack. Does a 23 hit?
Yes, a 23 hits.
Okay,
You thought he
green
got the
flame.
upper hand on you for a moment, and then finally you pull it together and you make a strike. Go for it.
Green flame blade on this one too. So that is
Nice.
Oh, it's. I don't know if is that 12 or 5. I don't know which one's which.
5 should be the first attack. 12 should be the person.
Oh,
that's
okay, so yeah, okay, five on him, plus 16 slashing, so that's 21, and then I'm gonna third level smite.
Ooh.
So that's 48. So that'll be 16, 32, 37 points of damage with that first, and then the fire is gonna go to this guy who was already engaged with for 12 points.
Tell me what happens to this poor bastard.
Oh yeah. As I come in, I'm just like swinging and missing. He's kind of parrying the blows with his mauls. The last one, as he's kind of shucking away one of the parrying, I see an opening and I bring my swords, not even up. I form a portal to my side where I stick both of my arms through, and they come out behind his head, and I just chop his head off.
Oh.
And as his head rolls to the ground, his body gets sucked up into a portal, leaving only his head laying there.
Oh no.
And I think we're going to go to our break on that note as Hopham's head rolls across the courtyard and the remaining forces all look at it and then look up at the warriors arrayed against them. We'll return shortly for more Coriander Society D20 Deathmatch. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to Coriander Society / D20 Deathmatch, Fate of the Faithful. I'm Tormented by Gnomes, coming to you back after the break, joined by our special guest star, Mudcat, our usual stars, Pods of War, and Matt's here too. Is there like a counter?
I am here too.
Is there like a counter for how many times I've used that one particular one? I need to like be reeled in, or at least get new material. When last we left our heroes, John, Asana, and Lawrence Booker Green had arrived in a mysterious hanging city in a planar destination of which they know little to nothing. They met a group of individuals claiming to work for somebody called the Grand Master, and they were attacking the local townsfolk, taking over their things, looking for something. Suddenly, Lyrus, the werebear, and his group of ragtag ruffians rushed in to protect the townsfolk. And when Asana said the name Ralzamon, every single one of the bad guys just tried to kill the crap out of her. We come to you now as Lyrus has just decapitated and void imploded the lead villain, the most powerful enemy on the battlefield. We rejoin initiative as the enemy's forces are crumbling and their defeat seems inevitable, which will hopefully give our heroes a moment to catch their breaths and figure out what the is actually going on. Lyrus, was your turn over after you did, all that stuff?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Asena, it's your turn. The dude just imploded and his head fell to the ground as you pass through these warriors, thieves and rogues and people wearing old armor and in disguise, wielding improvised or hidden weapons. Some of them seem to be in pretty good shape, but all designed to blend in and to hide. As you're pushing through them, they are definitely pushing back the enemy. And your pursuer is dead, but there are still enemies on the battlefield. What do you want to do?
I guess since the scary guy's gone, I can go back and fight.
Okay. There's a flying knight right here waiting to have the crap beaten out of him.
What do you mean he's flying?
They can fly. Like he's flying at just a couple inches above the ground. They're just wearing full armor, but they fly. No wings,
Okay.
they just fly.
Yeah, I'll just punch him.
All right, roll to just punch him.
Solid choice.
Always,
Oh God,
always a solid choice, except when it's not.
That's a good point.
I made up for it in the end.
Yeah, you made up for it. Can you give me double your normal sneak attack on that? Because you have another combatant in the area.
Yes.
Yeah, so roll 4d6 on top of that.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, the first strike
Wow.
just bounces off of him. He seems impetuous, as if he's about to laugh. The second strike makes his helmet spin around on his head a few times before it comes back to slightly off kilter. You still have a bonus action. What do you want to do?
That's what's called a feint, by the way.
I'll just punch him again.
Okay, go with the classics. Roll it, no sneak attack.
Oh shoot.
You want to burn your...
Anybody who has it, can we get a punch in chat real quick?
You have
Wow.
a chat inspiration if you want to burn it, because this ain't looking good.
Nat 20s, Nat 1s. Back and
Yeah,
forth.
yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, the duality of Asena. Go for it. A 12. No joy on that, unfortunately. Are you spending the focus point for the last attack or no?
Sure.
Okay, this guy's going down one way or another. Send it. A 13.
Oh my
Clang,
going well.
clang, clang. After you got that really good hit, the rest of them were kind of
Yeah.
sloppy, you know?
I think you see Asena like sort of breaking down, like she is not focused on the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Her mind is just thinking about how close she was to taking Rosamond down, and now they're here, and he's not here. They're getting beat up.
It's almost like there's cracks in Asena's armor right now.
He's not having a good
Nice.
time.
All right. Lawrence walks. He looks like he's going super fast, but it's just because the map is a lot smaller here. He he steps across one of the inflatable things. And he's going to take aim at the Knight of Terra Nimbus, who's still technically concentrating on that levitate spell, my guy. And he's gonna shoot. No, he'll do Word of Radiance.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a con save. I shouldn't have done that. This guy's
You
probably.
think he'd know better?
You'd think, but he's got a lot going on. And when
No,
you
he
roll
knew
2,
better.
it doesn't matter. All right, he takes 10 points of radiant damage, and he is forced to make another con saving throw. Unfortunately, he makes this one and does not lose concentration. All right,
Mate, would you mind throwing a green bubble on that guy just so we know he's the one who's concentrating on it?
sure.
Thanks, my dude.
All right, that crushing mental presence lashes out again, this time hitting all three of you, one at a time.
Oh no.
John Carmichael.
Yeah. Say, oh. He has to hold on. Is
Yeah,
this an actual attack?
roll that thing. Technically, that
12.
works. Technically, he snuffs out. He crushes the mind of one of your shadow clones.
Yes,
You have what?
yes.
One left now?
One left.
Okay. All right. He also attacks Lawrence Booker Green. And starts to destroy his mind. And he's going to go after Asena. I said he's going after Asena. That's your cue, Ralzamon. Ralzamon?
Rousey?
Someone checking Ralzamon's trailer? 17, does that hit?
Yes.
Okay, that is 20 psychic damage.
Ow!
And naturally, the 17 that finally rolls is against Lyrus, who does not get hit.
Nothing I can do about it. Sorry.
Okay.
Lyrus takes off all his armor.
Please, take me out! John, it's your turn. You're still fighting against the levitation. That knight did not use their action to try to float you anymore, so...
John's just gonna use his movement to crawl all the way down to the bottom. He's still definitely levitating. I'm gonna let him like float, just above the ground, but still like at base level, you know, hovering as if you would say like a few feet or a few inches above the ground. And question: now that I'm at a surface, I should be able to like kind of touch and crawl along the surface of the ground, right?
Yes, you can.
Moved up.
Half speed.
Cool. Great. Okay. Well. Anyways, I was able to do that. I'm out of movement unless I dash. I'm fine with that. That's okay. I'll modify that to say 0 later. And from here, John sees that we have 1, 2, 3 enemies left, right?
Correct.
And the full force of this enormous militia is about to descend upon them, right?
Correct.
Cool. Yeah, John's just going to take pot shots at this point. He's got a little bit of defense going for him there. I don't really see anything here other than just taking a really nice shot is going to be better. So John's just going to take a really nice shot.
All
and I'm going to try and drop... actually, what kind of... Do I have a different power? Give me a second here. Tiamat, tell me what I got. Show me what I can do.
It's going to be the bad guys next, followed by Lyrus and Asena.
And next in the initiative, it's the oh, by the way, does John do any extra damage when he shoots the Fey-like ones? Like,
yeah,
is
you
that
should.
a thing?
Yeah, you should.
Cool. Yeah, Krontaka wants blood. John's going to shoot the Fey-like one.
Okay.
So should I go ahead and add Island's Bane on that?
Yeah, do it.
Perfect. John takes a shot.
It's been a while since you've actually gotten to...
Oh.
A natural 1. Ooh, interesting. Well,
Wolf.
Do you have any inspiration in the bank? Because...
I mean...
I know you burned a lot in the last fight.
Am I allowed to give him mine?
I've been
You are
at
allowed to
nothing,
give him yours.
But I do have some
have one.
now. Just because I don't want to take yours. I've been at some, but here's the thing. John's okay with that not going through.
Okay.
I don't know if Krontaka is okay with that not going through.
Krontaka angry.
Is Krontaka going to do something about it? It's the first time it's tried to shoot a Fey in ages.
Yes, Krontaka is going to pull you forcibly 10 feet forward towards the target.
Okay.
And because
Cool.
this is a supernatural force as the gun jerks in your hand, it's going to... And you're levitating, it's happening.
Okay. John gets dragged ever closer.
Look.
Like almost, his gun's just like dragging him along like some kind of dog, like invisible dog. Oh, okay, okay, and he's like trying to like creep up behind it.
Also, Krontaka wants to double tap.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. John wants to
Okay.
double tap too.
All right.
So let's make that happen.
Fan that hammer.
Fanning the hammer. There we go.
Okay, now we're talking. That's the Island's Bane damage, right?
Yes.
And it's been a long time. Is there a kicker on that?
No, just for Faye, there is no save. It's just extra 2d10.
Okay, all right. Then the bullet hits and burbling black blood blossoms forth from the brutish... Oh, come on, I can take this home.
You're so close.
Belligerent.
Brown.
The brutish belligerent. There we go.
There you go.
We did it, Reddit.
Brute.
Is that it for you, John?
Belligerent brute.
Belligerent brute would have also worked.
Yeah. No, that'll be it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't die? Do I get a reaction to try and finish him, or is...
You do not.
Wow, 29 didn't take him out?
This is the lead.
my-
This was their leader. If it wasn't for Hotham, this guy would have
it's
been.
the gold guy.
Yeah, this is the big.
Okay.
This is Big Chungus.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. If I'd have known that, I probably would have tried to re-roll that first one, but that's okay. We stay where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize he looked a little more regal than the rest. That's unfortunate.
I'm giving him a wisdom saving throw against the dragon fear. It didn't work. I'm making him try to kill the werebear dude. He swings with his enormous hammer, which he should have advantage on. A 15. Look how much damage that does. Look
Yeah,
how much
it's
damage,
pretty
you know,
good.
and this is where I would put all the
Wasn't
damage
good.
this guy inflicts. If I had any!
If you had any.
Okay, the two knights, seeing the swarm of Lyrus's militia descending, take to the air. They fly. Both of you are entitled. No, they're going to use their actions to withdraw. They use their actions to withdraw, and they fly 45 feet straight up. Just. Oh. And John, this one stops concentrating on the levitate, so you just sort of plop a few inches down to the ground.
Does our buddy get an opportunity attack since the Terra Nimbus Knight is fleeing the Werebear's void?
They use their actions to withdraw.
Oh, they withdraw. Sorry, I missed
they withdraw.
That. For some reason, I thought they double dashed. I thought they were Mario Kart up in
they
here.
withdraw.
No, my apologies.
So they go 45 feet up in the air. Lyrus, it's your turn. There's one ground combatant, and the two others are airborne. What do you do? Your militia is right behind you. They will arrive at the end of this round.
Okay. I will take a strike at this guy here on the ground. I suppose.
Mook. The Supreme Mook in his defense.
Does a 21 hit him?
Yeah, it does. His armor is not as good as yours.
Okay, I will hit him with this 14 slashing. I'll go ahead and do a green flame blade just because he's here.
Okay.
And I can. 14 fire.
What is his fate?
Actually, he's going to once again just gonna stick both swords into this guy and just pull them sideways, almost like stretching out a portal as he's gonna dive head first into it this time. How high up are these guys?
Zoop! They're 45 feet up.
Oh no, it's not enough. Bummer.
But for a point of inspiration, it could be.
Oh, I didn't know it worked like that.
Oh, it
With
does.
a point of inspiration, I would like to Misty Step and come out on top of one of them.
Mm-hmm. We're going to just double the distance for 1 point of inspiration. And
all right.
For a one time only.
Yeah, so I just dive through this guy's chest portal and come out just head first, swords trailing behind me from the sky above him. This one here.
This one's the worst injured. This one's less injured. Who's your target?
Ooh. You know what? Just do an even odd. Okay, it's gonna be this one.
Okay. Descend from above.
As I'm gonna come down with both swords, with both attacks, I guess, and just try to drive them straight down into his shoulders as he's flying up. First one coming in is a 20 to hit.
That.
Second one's a 24.
Oh, damn. They have parry as a reaction, but you'd have to miss. You'd have to get a 19 for it to even matter. So both of those strike true.
Okay, then we will 17 slashing on the first, 16 on the second. That's 33, and then I will do 2 third level smites. So that'll be 8d8, I believe.
I feel like
this is academic at this point. Just describe what happens to this guy.
Yeah. Oh my
33
goodness.
plus that ignore the 12, I guess. 33 plus 24 plus 11 plus 35, so 68 points of damage.
Wow.
He slices open, he pulls that portal apart, dives through the chest of one, his falling arms trailing behind him, and then he's just going to lunge those swords forward, diving head first and splitting this guy just straight into, just diving like a missile through his bodies. His two halves just separate and just suck up into two separate portals, and I'm just gonna flip and just land with a huge thud 60 feet straight to the ground. I guess that'll be fall damage probably.
Roll an acrobatics check to do a superhero landing.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh god.
No superhero landing. Enjoy 66 points of damage.
Okay. Fantastic.
But you look cool. You still look cool.
I'm an 8-foot tall werebear. I'm gonna land hard.
Your knees do that crack thing as you get back up. Like, oh.
I should have saved him. I should have saved a portal for the way back.
You know, you got very focused. You're sort of like eyes straight ahead. It happens. We all get carried away with it.
66 fall damage.
6d6 for 60 feet.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Let me roll those. That's 60 20s.
All right, so a casual 65 points of damage. No big deal. Okay, 16
points of
fine.
damage.
We'll do that instead. Asena, It is your turn. There is one target left, 45 feet in the air, flying away, attempting to escape.
45 is my move speed.
Yeah.
But how would I?
You can run up vertical
still have
surfaces,
your-
right?
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
a pillar. There's a pillar
Yeah.
right. There's a
Yeah!
very tall pillar
Oh,
right
snap!
here.
I'm tired, you guys.
Tired of not killing Rousumon. Let's get it.
It's your call. You don't have to. You also have a laser gun, but you do you.
There's also that.
Yeah. It's a Han Solo.
I don't think that she wants to fight this person, but after seeing, like, what Lyrus just did, she's gonna have to. Just for her own.
Fine. What's going down?
Yeah. Can she run up this like pillar right here
Mm-hmm.
and then use that as like a leaping point to jump onto them? and then
Backward,
punch
Prince of
them?
Persia backwards, flip over the top, go in for the
Yeah.
punches. All right. Yeah,
Slow motion.
exactly. Roll those attacks.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
And you have slow fall,
this is
so
so
unlike
cool.
Lyrus, you're not going to take damage on the way down.
It's true.
If only.
14. It does not hit. They're wearing good armor. You have an inspiration.
Also, Nate, can you
I'm
remind
not
us what's
gonna
on the
use it.
table for stream loots?
Yeah, I posted it in the group chat. Some of those have been used, but did you say you were? We're not going to cash that in, Asana.
I'm not going to.
Okay, so 7 points of damage. That's a hit. Looking pretty weak. Looking
And
pretty
then-
weak.
Yeah, we're gonna do the. I'll spend the focus point for the 2 more.
Okay, I parry. I use my reaction to parry, and I actually block the first 19 for once.
Okay.
Does that last until the end of his turn?
I think it's just for one attack, I believe.
It's just that attack. So the last hit for 8 points of damage. Asana, would you like to use your reaction to finish him?
Yeah.
All right. What happens to this poor son of a bitch?
I don't know what happens to a guy that gets knocked out while they're flying.
He gets
they
up
just-
again.
Does he just come like crashing down and then I'm just like kneeling on his chest?
Done. Punch, punch, punch. The two of you go crashing to the ground. He lands his armor like thong. You could swear that you hear the courtyard crack beneath him. There's a knee-shaped dent where you rode him all the way down, and you stand up, not a hair out of place.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. With all of the enemies defeated and the militia arriving on the scene and a bunch of life rafts lying around all over the place, the scene...
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, the scene's
It's-
yours.
As soon as Asana just finishes this badass heroes landing dive bombing the Night of Terra Nimbus, there's like this slight pause, and then John just like getting to his feet after being like literally midair the entire battle. Don't fuck with the Dragon of Zoquia! And he just one of those woo! Throws his arms up in the air, puts his gun away.
What
Lyrus,
civilians... Go ahead.
looks at you and just cocks his head to the side and kind of like a what the fuck. It's like,
Oh, and then John sees about literally grabbing, like just ripping armor off of the nearby knights and taking their swords and just shoving it all into his bag.
Asana will like smirk at that, but she's visibly angry and quiet.
Quiet?
I guess she'll point to Lyrus. I like your sword.
I like your fists, I guess. Good job. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm Asana. That's John. He usually does the talking because I get us into trouble.
Oh, one of those, huh? Well, I am Lyrus, son of Orin, servant of the Grand Master.
Wait, but I thought these people were. Well, I guess he was lying to me.
These, as he motions to the dead,
Yeah, that one that you cut the head off. He told me he served the Grandmaster.
Charlatans, all of them. These aren't the Grandmaster's forces, merely mirage.
You served the Grandmaster?
In a way. Just gonna purposely leave that one kind of vague, as he's actually gonna walk up to you and give you... He's gonna use Lay on Hands to give you 15 points of healing, as he kind of just throws a giant paw on your shoulder. But, good work. Are you looking for work? Because we could use a few soldiers like yourself.
I'm looking for Rosamond.
Relzamon, where does that sound? The Relzamon? General of the Arbiter? Yes, the Arbiter, right hand of the Grand Master. What? I don't understand. You haven't heard of the Grand Master?
Do I remember the Arbiter?
Roll an intelligence check, please.
Fine, somewhere here.
Wait, real quick. Wait.
You
Mate,
don't
how does
know
combo
shit.
breaker? Wait. How does combo breaker work?
Combo Breaker is supposed to work that when somebody hits you, you can use your reaction to like stop the hit and mess them up.
So, okay, can I take a weird way of using that?
Allow it.
I'm just wondering if, like, generally, whenever Asena tries to talk to John about her weird dreams that have obviously never happened,
Mm-hmm.
John's typical response is, "That's really nice, sweetie. That was a fun dream, and I have no idea what you're talking about because we've never been to space, flying on a Santa carriage and giving out presents to weird school children who can cast magic. We literally were at Wound last night. What are you talking about?" And it would be an interesting combo breaker if instead John was like, "Wait a minute, Grandmaster, you mentioned something about that one time." So I'm wondering if John would be able to say that to maybe give Asena advantage.
Asena, are you amenable to that?
Sure.
You don't have to be. All right, so that'll be the combo breaker. And because a combo breaker is supposed to be a little... No, it's a common, actually. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. Give me another intelligence check, please, Asena.
I don't know if it was worth. I have a -1 in intelligence.
You rolled a 3 last time. It can't possibly be any worse.
I mean, possibly? No.
Shh, Matt, I was trying to set it up. Like, if that had landed, if that had been a natural 1, it would have been an immediate highlight. You gotta. I was doing it for the clout.
That's
For the
true.
TikTok.
That's fair. Good point.
Okay.
I was trying to just give you shit, but you're right. Think of the cloud.
Exactly. So, Asena, as you contemplate this, you have a for a moment, you hear the screaming of crowds and people chanting your name. But it's just a distant echo. And it's gone.
And it was good feelings. I think I've been here before.
Like here to the market, or?
No, I've not this market, but the Arbiter. I remember, like, I fought Ralzamon, and the Arbiter was there, and the Grand Master was there.
You fought in the arena?
That's it! The arena! Is that here?
You are a champion?
Yes.
Yes, it's here, it's here, it's there, it's everywhere. But yes, well, what a great honor, as he's actually gonna put his swords away and kind of give you a small bow. As he's pretty big, so it's kind of hard for him to bow, but like a small, like, nod of acceptance, and like, not often we get champions here in the void after the matches.
Asena will try to mimic the bow. Like, she doesn't know what to do.
And I'm going to call that acting, and that's going to finish off the triple threat, so enjoy your inspiration.
Asena, he's mentioning something about a void. Can you check in on that?
John says as he's just tearing armor and stuff away from that knight.
And that was on the radio. That wasn't psychic, right?
Yeah, John can't really do psychic.
That's right. Asena has to initiate that. Anyways.
Well, you can hear the radio.
Well, it's an earpiece, right?
It is an earpiece, but if you're in the area, he could hear you talking.
Oh, okay.
Do a perception check for
right.
me. Just for giggles.
John's not like yelling it out. He's not whispering it either. He's kind of just,
Yeah. So
if he
with a
hears it, he
2,
hears it.
he didn't hear it.
Lyrus has a
great.
lot of chunks of bodies in his ears. He's digging out. It's a lot of blood.
viscera. Yeah, no, I get it.
What is this? The void?
Yes, we are. This is the void. We are beyond the void. I suppose it's probably kind of confusing to you. For better or worse, this is the void, the realm of the Grand Master, who resides in the
your
Dread
planet.
Fortress. Also kind of confusing. Not much. There are planets here. This is more. Think of this more of an amalgamation of lost planes, existing in the same space at the same time. All
What's-
roads lead to the Dread Fortress. As he raises his swords and points off into the distance, and no matter which way you look, you see just a towering monolith, miles and miles and miles away. But it looks like a humanoid orc skull in a lava field that looks like it stretches on forever. As he points to it, no matter which way you try to turn, it seems to always be there if you're looking on the horizon.
So that must be where Ralzamon is.
No. If this Ralzamon is in league with the Arbiter, if it's the same one I think it is, you wouldn't find him at the Dread Fortress.
Well, where would he be?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Oh, you're looking for him too.
No, we're servants of the Grand Master. I should probably start from the beginning. You see, the Grand Master has a vizier, a right hand, the Arbiter. He assists her in all things, but it turns out that he's betrayed the Grand Master. He's trying to rally a coup from the inside. She's unaware at this point. But he's using, I think, Ralzamon and many other who would come to his cause to insert influence. I think that's what he's doing here. These men were dressed as the Grand Master's forces, sowing unrest.
Huh. Why would he do that? I liked that lady.
I don't know. Power? Oh, greed? Because he can? Why does anyone do anything?
Because they want something.
Exactly. And I don't know exactly what he wants, but I know for a fact he's amassing an army. I've seen it. And you've seen it now as well.
I'll tell you what I want. There's a lot of really impressive reagents and materials. Can you use those amazing swords of yours, and can you guys talk while you help me collect some of this ish?
You would desecrate these bodies?
I think you desecrated these bodies. That guy's got a head lying around over there, and half of them are in portals, and half of them are scattered around. No, I'm just taking what's left and putting it to use. You know what I mean?
These men died with at least some dignity, some honor.
Did they?
You would rob them of their possessions?
I mean, we burned half of them alive, and the other half either got punched out by her or sent somewhere else by you. I think they had a pretty ungratifying end.
Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. As you look behind Lyrus, his soldiers are already looting bodies. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, I guess. But have at you, I guess. If this is your custom.
Oh yeah, it's my custom. Where I come from, this is how we make friends. So I want to be best friends with you. You can just go ahead and grab that power armor over there, or whatever's left of it.
It's just the helmet.
Lyrus he'll grab the head off the ground and kind of like offer it to you, like just palming the.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She can talk to it later. We need to figure some stuff out. I don't believe that this individual is here by mere chance. I was hoping we could just knock them out and I'd have a chance to interrogate them later. I know that fella. But, you know, it was pretty cool what you did. And all the while, John is barely showing this great warrior the respect he deserves by just still on his knees, just tearing apart everything he can to try and gather up materials.
In accordance with the customs of our ancestors.
Exactly. But no, I'm not offending you. This is where I come from. This is where it's okay where I come from. So please don't be offended.
Deception check.
It's not what he is saying. It's the attitude he's giving off as part of this. John doesn't actually straight up say that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and roll that.
Lyrus has already, he's put his hands behind his back and just started kind of marching back and forth. And you see, it was, when my father was a child, the Arbiter first came into our lives, as he starts telling you his backstory.
Yes.
He saved my father after his village was burned, so you can imagine the betrayal against our family. Not only that, but he murdered my father in cold blood. And he looks over at you like, are you listening? As he was you're looting bodies.
John looks up like, oh, I'm getting this all, don't worry. And his camera that follows him perpetually zooms in.
Describe what it looks like for those who may not be familiar with it.
So upon his arm, currently covered by his disguise, John has what basically looks like a modified Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Disc, like from the anime or card game. And it controls a remote camera that floats around and intakes all of the information around them. The camera has the ability to display a set of holograms that he can use to modify the terrain around him, but he usually just uses it to literally record and intake all of the adventures that they go on. And
it's the exposition bot.
It's the exposition bot, exactly.
Oh, I see you've brought magic from another plane.
Yes, exactly. We brought a lot of magic from another plane.
There's a piece or two of this kind of witchcraft and sorcery around. If you were to search, we're not strangers to it, but it's not necessarily common in these parts.
That is incredibly good to know. My good friend, as you probably and John kind of finishes gathering up, dusts himself up, and begins walking over. John Carmichael, ex-wizard, Coriander agent, private investigator, and reluctant follower of a very particular dragon goddess. That being said, pleasure to make your acquaintance, and he walks up and expresses gratitude for this situation by offering him his hand.
He'll take your hand. Lyrus, son of Orin, servant of the Grand Master. Didn't I just say this? As he also uses lay on hands to give you 15 points of healing.
Oh gosh, thank you. That was incredibly invaluable. You are both might and magic. I love that about you.
I saw your. Was that a dance, or was that some sort of technique?
You know,
it didn't seem very effective.
It wasn't. That was the rambling, the physical ramblings of a man who had nothing to do and nowhere to give his energy other than the void. And unfortunately, we are not in the void. We are in the between space. We
are in the void.
We are in the void. It is called the void.
We're in the void.
Lawrence.
We are both in the void and beyond the void.
At the
beyond
same
the void
time.
and in the void. Okay. Well, I was screaming into the void with my body, and fortunately, we were able to make it out of that harrowing encounter. We ourselves, just a brief little aside, we just came from a rather deadly interaction with this Rosamond fellow that my friend here keeps talking about, who seems as though they may be the right hand of the person that you serve. I think that our goals could be mutually aligned. Is there somewhere else we could abscond with our ill-begotten gains and go over any possible alliances that may be proving fruitful both to yourself and to us going forward? A base of operations, possibly.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. We should probably get out of here before more come. I'm amenable to this plan.
Excellent. That's fantastic.
Follow us. As he kind of motions, and he as he walks by his kind of cohorts looting the bodies. Still, he's not gonna do it to you because he just met you, but he's gonna kick one of these guys off of the body because they're looting. He just thinks it's super disrespectful. He's gonna just kick him in the face.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
John takes the head of the follower of Tiamat that was recently dispatched, wraps it up in a cloth, and puts it into his bag. Additionally, before we leave, mate, John would like to see if he knows what these semi-fey creatures are.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
Arcana, man, that's something I can do.
Ooh.
25.
25. Okay. You've
Reveal to me your secrets.
You've never encountered these before, but you are very well learned. You have spent time rifling through some of the more accessible archives of the Obsidian Tower. You've come across some references to a plane called Ixindar. It is the mirror of another two Fey planes, two realms of magic that mirror each other. One of them a bright force of chaos and entropy, the other one a dark force of syntropy and order that just aligns everything and flattens it before it. These look like Pygus, which are one of the spawn of Ixindar. You've never been to a world that aligned with Ixindar before, so this is all academic knowledge to you at this point. What were you asking?
Gotcha. Oh, I was just going to ask if I knew like what they were about, what their deal was. They appear to be very powerful brutes, but anything else other than that?
Usually in the service of stronger creatures, usually stronger creatures of Ixindar, which
gotcha.
don't seem to have any connection to the things that the other creatures that were present.
Oh, that's understandable.
Anything else before our heroes take their leave?
John would like to, if no one else is going to, utilize the extra munitions. Unless someone wants that.
All yours.
Okay. John's going to scavenge from this place, maybe slipping it off of one of the shopkeepers when no one is looking. But he collects the necessary reagents in order to craft a spell tattoo, and he's going to offer such a thing either to Asena or to their new fellow if they would like to be imbued with some form of magic.
Once you get back to the base, right?
Exactly.
Assuming
you're not going to just do it here.
It's like hold still real quick. I'm just going to ink you real fast.
While we talk, while you're scavenging and we're talking, please just turn around and I'm going to give you a little something.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time I heard that. Woke up in a bathtub full of ice, short a kidney. So don't worry about it. You also
that's what that scar is from?
Yeah, I know. There's a reason I don't talk about that. You also found some treasure, thanks to chat, aside from magic pocket whales, which I don't know what I'm going to do with that for Asena, but somebody wanted to give you magic pocket whales, so, I'll think about that. But they also played
like the next time a whale is used, a whale will be used.
Yeah, that should go alongside with the Whales of the Dead, so we can double up on the pun. I agree. You also found 190 gold pieces that are yours to do with as you please, to figure out amongst your new friends and such. Lyrus, can you describe the path that leads back to your headquarters? Is there a special, how do you get there from this hanging city?
Well, we're gonna have to leave the city to get to our headquarters. By the way, this is Prexmar in the Hanging City. You might come here for some shopping later on. I don't know what your plans are, but we're gonna have to travel a little ways. It's not the most comfortable means of travel. Hopefully your constitutions are strong. As he's gonna slice open a portal with his swords. In you go.
Oh, I love these.
Yeah, John looks at us saying like, we're no stranger to portals.
How I want to do that.
Oh, maybe in time I can teach you. Although you seem like you have an aptitude for the arts. Maybe. Well, are you connected to the shadow plane at all?
I think I'm connected to a lot of planes.
Oh, fantastic! Then this should be easy for you. But we don't have the time yet. It takes hours of concentration to get it right. You don't want to go through a faulty portal. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. I'm not allowed to mess him up anymore.
That's good.
I'm gonna go in the portal. Is it a small portal?
He slices it up big enough that you can just walk into it. It's almost like a doorway. It's like arched almost. It's like into the ground as well.
Okay.
And you could see through it. It's not like it is kind of black and void, but you can see through it, and it doesn't look terribly different of a setting, but it looks kind of to be more of like a traditional castle ward kind of area. With merchants and shops, you can kind of see the whole area through this portal, kind of not just where you're going, but gives you kind of that top down view of a castle ward, and where you'd see people walking around the streets and small shops, and so you as you walk through it, if you do walk through it, you would find yourself on this street, the castle ward, and Lyrus would motion, over there, the blacksmith. We need to see a man about a sword.
Excellent. And point of order, there's been two Johns walking around this whole time doing this set of interactions. And as soon as he steps in the portal, the mirror image fades when he steps into the portal and follows our new friend Lyrus to the blacksmith.
All right. You emerge onto the streets. Are your men with you? Are they in your wake, Lyrus?
Probably some of them would come through the portal. I think as you'd walk through that portal, you'd see others of them like put up hoods and throw cloaks over themselves and kind of just try to blend back into the disperse as the operation is over. Kind of everyone going a separate way so that no one is followed one specific direction.
Asena, this portal feels different to any of the ones that you've ever traveled through. Perhaps colder. It doesn't have that like misty sense that the astral portals you've gone through have. A lot more jagged, kind of cold, like kind of like stepping out into the wind, into the snow, but without the moisture in the air. It's very, very strange. You've never poked a portal like this before.
Can I like try and see if I can make it bigger, like the one that we got here on?
You trying to fuck with my portals?
It's kind of a thing. She does it a
Just
lot.
bending it a little bit.
Do you want to destroy reality? Because this is how you do it.
I tell her that almost every single time. I've gotten to the point where it's just an exercise in futility.
Okay. Asena, roll a charisma check. A flat charisma check.
I mean, that's a save.
It's probably the same though, right?
It's the same.
Okay, flat 10. As you focus on it, your power has almost no effect on it. Like that normal intuitive power that you have over it does almost nothing. But something's happening. It's sort of becoming more jagged, almost torn, like a bad piece of fraying cloth around the edges, and it seems to be unraveling and getting larger.
Okay, I will stop.
That would be a good idea. Lyrus is just standing there. His mouth is just open. Just, what are you doing?
All right, I'll play my
Your
portal
void
now.
is weird. Then your void is weird.
Well, is this not akin to your portals that you use?
No, this one's like cold, and
Well, it's
gonna tear.
well, the magic itself comes from the void. It surrounds us. It's all around us. It's almost a living being.
Huh.
This is just a small sampling of its power. I've seen sorcerers, wizards, champions far greater than I, who really know how to wield it. This is all I can muster.
Well, what you can muster is something that's never been done before. I don't think I've ever seen a portal that Asena couldn't with. Well done.
I probably could fuck with it.
You probably could. And yet, it remains on.
Let's maybe we try to keep it that way for the time being, at least, until you get reoriented to this new plane. It seems things are going to be a little different here for you than they have been in the past, and I'm also not quite sure. You mentioned something about you were just fighting Relzamon, like just now.
Like literally just minutes
like
ago.
2 minutes ago.
I don't know exactly what's happened, but it seems to me that you've been not only transported in location, but time as well. Relzamon has been serving the Arbiter for I don't even know how long. Months at this point.
Months. Yeah, we literally just saw him just a handful of moments ago.
Maybe it's a different Relzamon?
How many Relzamons you ever heard about in your lifetime?
It's kind of a unique name.
Yeah, just the one, actually, but I guess that makes sense. Don't worry.
Let me ask you this. You're Relzamon. Master of the Unknown?
I guess it was unknown to me when I saw him in the arena. But, according to you, that I was watching your friend here fight to the death inside of the kitchen of the Dread Fortress.
John's going to describe
He's lactose intolerant.
He was lactose intolerant.
Wait, we don't know that. We have no idea if Relzamon or Josiah Parsi.
She's right. He had a distinct lack of tolerance for milk.
Yeah,
I remember.
Milk froth. Yeah, it hurt him.
It was one of the greatest battles in the kitchen of the Dread Fortress that there ever have been.
John's making an insight check. He wants to make sure that Lyrus isn't just dicking with him right now.
No bullshit
Natural
detected.
30. Nope. John looks between Asena to Lyrus, and then from Lyrus back to Asena, and then somehow looks at both of them cross-eyed, and then back.
You're telling me you never tried to use milk against your greatest enemy?
No, actually, I've put that to fantastic use in the past. But no, what's astounding me is that these stories, and his gaze drifts over Asena for a moment. The stories that you tell whenever we wake up from our rest, and you talk about these fantastic adventures you go on that seem to rival what we do on the daily basis. They're actually real, aren't they?
I don't have a good imagination, John. Of course they're real.
I think that's incredibly false. I think you have an amazing imagination, Asena, but... Huh. That's interesting.
Does that
John's
mean
been
you're gonna start believing me about the non-denominational corporate holiday?
No, that is ridiculous. It's called Christmas, and we're not gonna get off of that, all right? Like, if I was actually going to show up and do some kind of weird Santa adventure, I'd call it Christmas, okay? I'm from Earth. That being said, how long ago, and John kind of thinks out loud, how long ago was it when you started telling me these stories? And DM, I'd like John to go back into his memory palace and see if he can timetable it together. Was it at this point, months ago, when Asena started talking about doing these?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, how much time has actually passed in the campaign?
You tell me.
It hasn't been a huge amount of time. So you, according to your roll an intelligence check, just a flat intelligence check, you will get something out of this. It's just the specifics that you get that I'm going to vary.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had 20.
It's at least been like weeks, but you are in all your planar travels, with the exception of the world of Lacunas, which was held in stasis and technically was still running temporally parallel with everyone else. It was just on pause and everything like buffered. In all of your planar travels, except for the Fae, very different. But other than that, all the worlds you've traveled to have been temporally parallel. There's no accounting for this with the current parameters that you have, unless either this world is not in temporal parity with the rest of the universe, and or there's more than one Relzamon.
But all I've heard since we've been here is that this void, this place where these great champions from other worlds converge into one place and are connected to Void. If there was going to be a world, a universe, an area that didn't have the temporal guidelines that John is used to, this would probably be the place.
Thus far, yeah. It doesn't line up with any of the other worlds that you've traveled to. Honestly, I think the one that it's most similar to is Leftover. And even Leftover...
I was going to say, it's like Leftover.
Except Leftover was still in temporal parity with everything else.
Yeah, because it wasn't out of place, out of time, out of whack. Okay, so, Occam's Razor being as it is, somehow, with my calculations, it's more likely that this is a universe that doesn't follow the same rules as the rest of the universe, and that is somehow more likely than two people within the entirety of the multi-realms having the same Rousumon as a name. So, we're gonna go with that.
That makes sense. Time, well, it doesn't work the same way it does here as it does in other planes. We are beyond time and space and all known realms. We are in the void and beyond it.
At the same time.
Yeah,
In the void and beyond it. I like that.
I try not to think about it too much. It's, gives me headaches.
When I heard about the concept of infinity, I was a 10-year-old boy, and I remember I spent the entire night crying myself to sleep because I couldn't wrap my head around the idea. And at this point, honestly, I just want to get a good night's rest. It's been terribly exhausting going up through around a mountain, down a volcano, and fighting all sorts of weird, dreadful creatures across multiple planes. Does this blacksmith happen to have a bed?
He's gonna look around. I'm gonna do a perception to see if there's anyone around that might be looking or listening to us kind of actively that I can perceive.
In the immediate vicinity, you do not believe that you are being watched.
John can pick up on the idea that Lyrus is trying to check around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can John help him with that?
Absolutely.
Or follow up on it?
Lyrus doesn't seem to be the most subtle individual in the world, so I think you can get a read on a behavior like that pretty easily. Back him up with your own perception.
Woo!
31.
Yeah.
Shwing! Private
John
eye.
kind of looks around as well, yeah.
No, the sector's clear.
John does that. Again, he can't really soul gaze anymore because he's lost his wizard status, but he just kind of looks Lyrus in the eyes for a little bit too long and gives him like a nod, like, we're good.
Yes, I suppose there's no harm in our forces reside just down the road there in the blacksmith shop. It's what you might call a front, the headquarters. There's plenty of food and space. It's not the most comfortable location. It's makeshift in many ways, but it's what we have.
Ah, totally understandable. And actually, we're used to far worse accommodations, mostly a rock. So this is going to be great.
Oh, perfect then. Just whatever you do, don't eat Jeff's food. Sorry, Frank's food. Jeff got fired.
Oh, so avoid both Frank and Jeff then.
Yeah, we haven't had much luck with cooks lately.
What was the previous cook fired for?
Embezzlement.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
He was stealing the potatoes.
Oh, okay.
We cut off his hands.
Oh! You have a very good severance package, it sounds like. Let's be on our way.
I was trying to do something with spud and embezzlement, and I couldn't get there, and then you did the severance thing, and now I just feel sad about my life.
Dude, use that for the freaking TikTok or Twitch or whatever, man. Come on.
That was a good one.
I'm setting it up for you, yeah.
I know. All right. Lead the way, Mudcat. Lead the way. Take us home.
Yeah. As you walk down the street, it's just full of a lot of commoners. It's a very nondescript place, the perfect place to hide, kind of in plain sight. As you're walking by, you see a lot of vendors. You see a small shop ahead with a teenager sitting at the booth, just rolling his eyes. Obviously, he's there working the booth, but not happy about it. Further down, you see a small stand of someone selling wooden spoons. These are very ornately carved, but it's a small blonde boy who is carving these spoons and shouting out into the streets in a high-pitched, almost a Swedish accent. As you move down the street and you're moving past that, and a gentleman walks up to you with a coat, an overcoat, and kind of just flashes one side as you walk by. You looking for anything particular? As you kind of walk past him and just don't make eye contact as he's trying to sell you like knockoff magic items. As you come to the doors of a smithy shop, it's a large building, but with large wooden doors, and Lyrus is going to look around left and right, and I've got to use the secret knock. Could you please turn around?
Yeah, and as we're walking up, especially when the Swedish spoon salesman tries to accost us, John's gonna try and put a hand on Asena and like kind of give her the, hey, can we hang back for a second? And they'll be kind of like within eyesight of Lyrus, but not close enough to where they'll be able to see the special knock. And he just wants to have a quick aside before we move in and join Lyrus.
Yeah, you want to get some spoons?
Sure. Let's get a spoon. We just made 190 in cash, and John kind of holds up a bag that he had pilfered from the dead.
How many spoons
we've
does
got
that
some
get you
spoon
in this town?
Probably as many as you want.
He drops
Made
the
of wood.
entire bag into Asena's hand, knowing that he's probably never going to see that money again. So Asena, add 190 gold to your character sheet.
Nice.
Get your spoons.
Yes, I was hoping we would hear it.
I don't know if I can do that, but spoons. Get your spoons.
Yeah, we want a spoon. Exactly one spoon. Show me your best spoon, spoon vendor. If you can't,
What kind of
please
spoon
me.
do you want?
The prettiest one.
Yeah, the best one.
Shiniest.
He's good.
Shiniest wooden spoon.
Asena's gonna grab, like, reach into the bag and grab a fistful of gold coins.
Asena has pretty big fists.
Is this enough?
He's just going to. I don't know if he's ever seen this much money in his life. He's just gonna nod, and then he's gonna slowly turn around and dig down into a chest until he finds a chest and flips it open. He sees my finest spoon as he. Oh my sweet, this is terrible. As he puts it on the counter, and it's a wooden spoon, but it's very ornate and very shiny. It's like very, very lacquered up. If you put a match to this thing, it's probably gonna go up. As it's got nice carvings and even kind of a few like pieces of like overlay or inlaid like maybe even silver kind of. It's a little bit ornate.
Pretty.
But it's like a cereal spoon.
As they approach it, she just dumps all the cash, and he takes out this really nice spoon. John looks over the wares of all of these spoons here, and thinking over how much she enjoys these spoons, John's just gonna hold open his pack and say, "Oh no, friend, you misunderstand. We're sending you home early for the day. Just go ahead and deposit it all in the bag. You take the gold, and we leave with a lot of really nice spoons, including that very, very nice one."
He'll won't even really. He's just flabbergasted, completely shocked at this. He's just gonna turn his open sign on the front of his thing to closed, and then just take your bag of money and walk away.
John looks at Asena and just smiles coyly. You know, when we first met each other, I could barely afford to buy a pen. And now we're just dropping hot stacks on wooden spoons.
There's thousands of them, by the way.
I happen to have a bag of holding that can hold, what do you know?
Matt, please add thousands of ornate spoons to your inventory.
It'll go right next to my quarter ton of dynamite.
This kid has nothing to do but sit there all day and whittle spoons.
And now he's been well rewarded for his work. Papa, I have retired. Why, son? Because I had a nice man and lady buy all my wooden spoons. Now he's German for some reason.
Yeah, it's so hard to nail that Swedish. I can't even get in there. It's just
Son?
impossible. Swedish.
What has happened to you, son? You've lost everything. You lost the spoons. You lost your accent. What is going on? It's very strange. Are you sure you are my actual boy? Anyways, 1,000 wooden spoons. Got it. And one really nice one.
One really nice one. The rest are just kind of okay.
Asena gets the really nice one. John's just going to dump the okay spoons into his bag.
A year from now, when you guys are fighting an elder evil in the depths of space and you pull 1,000 spoons out of your inventory and somehow use it to defeat it, I'm gonna be so upset.
I would just think when you're in that moment, you need that one particular item and you can't find it because it's buried underneath all 1,000 spoons.
That's fair.
All
So
right.
while we're doing this, the whole point was so John could have a quick aside with Asana.
Asana didn't get that, by the way. She thought we
Yeah,
were really here for spoons.
Well aware. So, hey, Asana.
Yeah.
You alright?
What do you? I'm almost dead.
Yeah, same, big same. No, I mean, like with the whole Rosamond thing, like, we followed him here, and turns out, Master of the Unknown, big scary guy, transports himself all across the worlds, the guy we've been hunting for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
You seem like you were a little bit hot under the collar back there. You let him get to you?
Well, he was almost dead, and then he just comes over here, and then we don't find him, and then some random Lacunas guy almost murders us.
Right? What the hell was that about? That was crazy. I thought I killed him and his whole gang. I'm kind of wondering if there has something to do with the afterlife of this place. If this convergence spot, this void, if it's possible that not only people can be transported outside of their temporal zone, but what if the souls of those that maybe are on the brink of death? We saw that as we were about to remove Ralzamon from whatever remains of his spiritual connection to his mortal body, some weird hand ripped him through time and space to this place. I'm wondering if we may be coming across multiple different enemies that we've encountered over our journeys who would have had the same thing happen to them. I think we should just be on our guard. Look, I'm just going to say, I've been through a lot of weird shit over the years, and if other people that I thought I put into the ground or otherwise have made some kind of weird agreement with this Grandmaster, this Arbiter, whoever is in charge of this realm, and they could be here, those people could be pissed if they see me or us, depending on if anyone is related to you. I mean, we should just keep our eyes peeled and make sure that we're looking before we leap. I know that, that's not usually your style, because you can kind of land on your feet wherever you go, but I think we really need to be cautious and probably follow Lyrus's lead here.
He can lead. I still don't understand. Are you saying everyone here is dead? Are we dead?
I don't know. I hope not. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out as we go. Hey, actually, I know how we can figure that out. Real quick, take out your crown.
How is that going to help?
Because if you can talk to me with the crown, that means I'm dead, right?
I can talk to you right now.
Yeah, but the point is, if it works with the crown, then that means I'm dead. You see what I mean?
No, because you could still hear me in the. I don't get it.
Forget it. We can try it out later. It's not a problem. Anyways, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. But it seems like you're fine. So if things change, feel free to check in. That's all I'm saying.
Check in. Got it. We'll check in. If not, fine.
Yeah, I think you're okay. John just pats her on the shoulder and goes walking out towards Lyrus.
It's okay. The secret knock was really complicated.
Yeah.
If you were
The first thing.
if
Wait,
you were to,
Go ahead.
If you were to peek,
No, you please.
Roll for initiative.
Please go. I'm shutting up now.
go ahead.
No, Mudcat, you go. DM's prerogative. Mudcat, go.
I'm
then
gonna
Pogs.
go. John walks up to the blacksmith and just kicks open the door. Bam! I want to go to bed.
If you were to peek at Lyrus as he's knocking on the door, he looks around and it's just a normal knock. It's me.
Rain begins to fall on the town as the weather takes a turn for the worst, driving the least desperate and the least determined vendors from the street first, But as the weather continues to turn and you can hear distant thunder, somehow off in the direction of the dread fortress that looms on the horizon over the buildings, no matter where you look, the rain begins to pour down the awnings and through the gutters and slosh through the cracks in the paving stones as Lyrus makes his contact.
Are you going to open the door? It's me.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I thought you were taking that one. Yeah, the door opens.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fine. These are your folks. There was an awkward pause because they were looking. Somebody was retching from the recent batch of food, but they do eventually make their way up to you. Now, these are your people. You've got them.
Okay. Follow me as he opens this door and you come in, and it's a large blacksmith shop. This is not like a small mom and pop shop. This is where dozens of smiths have worked. There's forges kind of laid out in the middle, in the back. It's been turned into kind of an encampment, though. You'll see, several people walking around throughout the building. Several rooms that you notice. Ooh. But kind of as you come in through the big doors, you notice two giant forges, and the heat just resonates as there are a couple people there clanging on anvils and stuff. But one of these forges has been co-opted by a large orc who happens to be stirring a cauldron of stew, kind of using that forge as his stove.
Oh, that's lovely.
It is good to see you, Frank. Yeah, I guess it is.
Oh,
whatever.
God, no.
As he continues to stir, and he's gonna taste the food, and it's seems to be to his liking as he's stirring that. But as you walk by, you notice there are more rooms here, but you see a slender elven gentleman with white silvery hair. He's in the corner, kind of over near Frank the cook, but he's practicing like some stabbing motions, is just really getting into it. Both hands just like and flipping the daggers around and just if you were to catch his eye, he would toss you a casual wink.
Yeah, John would wink back, absolutely.
And from across the way, he would look at you, John. You have beautiful eyes.
Hey, right back at you, Stab.
Have I ever stabbed you before?
I think I would have known if you would have stabbed me. But let's
maybe later.
Put a pin in that for later, yeah.
Yes. What about you? He's going to look at us saying, what about you? Have you ever been stabbed by me? Yes, well, only time will tell, I guess, as he kind of goes back to stabbing into the air. And as you walk around, there's a kind of here in the middle, you'll see an older dragonborn, white scales, wandering around. It's not really gonna take too much notice of you, but you're gonna see him wandering around. As you look at him, he does look definitely very old, but not in terrible shape. He's moving, at a normal pace. But if you were to look over at him, you catch the fact that his eyes are completely white, and he's kind of feeling his way through the space, obviously blind. But as you walk in here, Lyrus says, over here to the left, you could find some makeshift quarters if you want. Food near the forges. Don't mind Baptiste over there. He's not very good at anything but stabbing. It's a useful tool for the right job. He's kind of new, though.
Okay. Does he ask everyone that, by the way, the whole "have I stabbed you"? Is that kind of his go-to hello?
He stabbed a lot of people. He kind of lost track a while ago, so I think he just likes to, just to know. It also might be some sort of weird pickup line. I'm not sure.
Okay, I understand now. Very good.
I don't really know what his deal is, but he
stabs both ways. It seems that's okay. I understand. I get it.
Indeed. Very very versatile with the stabbing. But make yourself at home. You'll notice if there's a spot on the floor, it's yours. There's no dibs here.
Oh, fantastic. But I can call dibs on my spot on the floor, right? Like if I'm gonna lay down there.
Well, yeah, if you're going to lay there, I mean, but once you
no, shove me off my spot.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Not without cause, I wouldn't say.
Probably not to pick a doorway to sleep in.
Probably not. And maybe it's best that none of you answer the door.
Oh. Good to know. Are we able to leave?
Well, yes, you can leave, but just maybe run it by us first before you. Our presence here is unknown to both the Arbiter and the Grandmaster. We exist and operate in the shadows.
Gotcha. Okay.
We
Do
are
they know,
secret.
by the way? Yeah.
Do they know what?
That you're operating for them? Like, is this one of the situations where, like, you're acting with their approval, or are you pushing yourself to greater heights to assist the rulers that you so care about?
Many of the sorry, microphone.
No problem.
Many of the men and women you will see here served my father, Orin, in the Eastern Outpost some time ago before his betrayal.
Oh.
His ultimate death.
Oh. Betrayal and death.
Yes, he was betrayed by the Arbiter.
Yeah, he told the story. Don't you remember?
You said you were listening.
Yeah.
I absolutely was. I just, unfortunately, some details happen to just go in one ear and out the other. But I appreciate you clarifying.
In any case, they served my father, but once his death became known to us and the Arbiter's betrayal became known, we left the forces of the Grandmaster to work in her favor from the shadows. We haven't been able to contact her yet. The Arbiter keeps her at a distance, keeps her locked up in the Dread Fortress, so to speak. Not that he can keep her locked up, but he keeps her away from prying eyes. Our messengers, our scouts, always seem to disappear every time we send a delegate to potentially get word to the Grandmaster of this betrayal. Never seems to go our way, but we'll keep trying until we can finally get in there and right the wrongs that the Arbiter has sown.
Does magic work?
Does magic work to do what?
Like to get the message across?
Unfortunately, no. The Arbiter, for all of his treacherous natures, is a master of time, space, and magic, probably much like your Relzamon. The powerful entity of who knows how old he is, thousands of years. But he's very powerful and keeps a tight lock on the Dread Fortress, and the Grandmaster has no reason not to trust him to this point.
I see. Secondary question. Does the Grandmaster happen to have a, mobile device with which they are able to send and receive communications that do not rely inherently on magic?
Unfortunately, no. She's a kind of a low-tech sort of gal.
Can the Grandmaster receive pigeons? Is there any way, aside from walking up to the Dread Fortress and delivering a message by hand, that we would be able to get in contact with?
Have you ever seen a pigeon fly hundreds of miles over a lava field in the scorching heat?
No, but I have seen a swallow, I don't know if it was African European, do something very similar, but over the water. Very different, but also, kind of similar.
If you want to eat cooked pigeon, that's the way.
Okay, understandable. So how are we going to go about, I guess, first of all, what is your group's plan, aside from trying to unravel the treachery that is the Arbiter and help safeguard the position that the Grandmaster has over this realm? What is it that you seek to do?
Well, for now, we're helping where we can. Like you just witnessed, the Arbiter has been sending his forces to impersonate the Grandmaster's forces. I think he's trying to cause unrest in the region, trying to upset the balance so that when he assumes power, it will go smoothly for him. But so we step in where we can and push back against his forces, trying to right those wrongs until such a time as we can contact the Grandmaster ourselves.
So just a quick aside, you left a delegate of some kind to clarify that, right? Because we just had throngs of townspeople attacked by what they believed are the Grandmaster's forces, and you came in, killed them, cleaned it up, but didn't leave anyone to clarify that the machinations of the Arbiter were there. So technically, a militia of good townspeople helped stop the Grandmaster's forces. I just want to make sure that I know exactly how this is happening and what the places is in order to make sure that the people who are rising up to help are doing more than just fighting back. You are making sure that you're running anti-smear campaigns, right?
Well, we try to get the word out the best we can, but to this point, well, as I said, many of us served in the Eastern Outpost under the Arbiter, under the Grandmaster, in order to come here and to do this work. Many of us had to betray our oaths. Many here are wanted for treason.
My friend, we have a lot to discuss. John puts a relatively small arm around a very big individual. Here, come. Before I sit down for my rest for the evening, we have a bit to discuss. Join me as I enlighten you as to the wonderful world of shadow warfare. And your group, wanted as many of you may be, aside from putting your blades to the test, your whisper campaigns could likely be very much elevated with the proper application of gossip and propaganda, of which I am a bit... we're bedfellows, let's just say. So I'd be more than happy to see if I can assist you with trying to maybe get Frank away from the stews and get him out into the marketplaces.
Absolutely. Whatever help you can offer. I am not a tactician. I am a soldier. This position was thrust upon me.
I feel you entirely.
I'm doing the best I can. My father's shoes were quite large.
As
Well,
he
I
keeps
think
down
so.
his feet, which are like size like 20s.
Yeah.
Those are big shoes.
I was waiting for what Pods was going to say. Shall we leave our heroes to take their long rest, recover from a series of brutal battles, and discuss resistance, propaganda techniques, and psyops?
I think that sounds like an incredible idea.
All right.
I also want to try out one of these spoons. I just don't want Frank's stew. I've been warned against it.
Yeah.
Don't touch the stew.
Test spoon just melts. All right, let's go ahead. Leave our heroes here for the time being. When we return, they will be fully rested, ready to tackle the challenges of this world, ready to figure out what has happened to Ralzamon, to see if they can aid the cause of these resistance rebels in any way possible, and uncover whatever plot it is that Arbiter has for his general. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. I had a lot of fun. It's been awesome having Mudcat with us. I'm looking forward for the next... We're looking at about 3 episodes for this crossover. So next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, be either on Casters and Castles or on D20 Deathmatch. Take care, everyone. Have a good time zone.